Hi everyone, so sorry for the delay just now. Yeah, the line get backed up again. So right now, can you hear me clearly? Hello, is it better now? Yeah. Oh, okay, good. All right, so I got some response from you. So hold on. Okay, so welcome. Good morning, everyone. Can you still hear me? Is it better now? The voice quality? Is it better? Hello. Good morning. Any response? Oh, better now. Thanks, Karen. Okay, so all right, we can start right now. So today is the second day of the QiMen Club virtual meeting. So I think Adeline still get the same issues on your side. So I think Rachel will get able to handle your case personally right now. I think they're going to look into that, Adeline. So Yiling also the same. Yeah? So I think that the line here is a bit an issue. Oops, another one. Okay. So just give it a second here because there are some of them are still they cannot hear me clearly. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to change the internet line again to another line. Give us a few seconds. So while we are doing this, I think we can, if any one of you here have a question you want to ask, right? So I would say that you can prepare first, and then we're going to use this hour chart to do a reading. Yeah, so while they're fixing the line right now, so I think we can communicate a little bit on the text here. Yeah, so we can have some homework to do first, right? So anyone have any pressing question you want to ask? Anyone? I'm typing right now. Anyone have a forecasting question? Okay, so Edwin mentioned that you want to know about destiny as well. Okay, so you want to, if you have any question about destiny, yes, you can. Why not? Yeah, while they're fixing the line to make it better. So now I'm going to communicate with you via the message box here. Okay, so this is a question from Shirley. I'm unclear which pillar to use when I'm asking a question to myself. Okay, so regarding your question, I assume it's a forecasting question. So there's a format, a predefined format whenever we want to we're going to ask a question. So we divided into the first question and second question onwards. Yeah? If you're asking a first question, you're the first person asking the first question on that hour, we're going to use the day and hour as the reference point. Yeah, the day represent the asker, the hour pillar represent the subject matter or the outcome. Yeah, so whenever it comes to the second question onwards, then you might need to use that person year stamp. Yeah, the year stamp of that person to represent that person. Yeah, so that's a format to read. Don't worry, we're going to go through that because today we're going to have a lot of forecasting exercise. Then and not so long after that, I think you'll get used to it, the format. Yeah, don't worry, we'll go through slowly because I understand that some of you are very new to forecasting as well. So, okay, and then Yiki Teo have interesting case to discuss. So, yes, you can just type it out here, the date and time and the question, and then Rachel or Ryan will pick it up, and then they'll prepare the chart and to share it to everyone on the screen. Yes, and this apply to everyone as well. Yeah, if you have any charts, yeah, that you want to discuss about forecasting, then we'll do it there. And Edwin also mentioned that we didn't cover the two scenario. Mind to share how to decode the life counter destiny counter life. All right, so this one just because here we're going through a meeting here. So we are not doing it in a classroom style, you know. So we only discuss certain topic whenever it become relevant. Yeah. So but since you're asking this question, maybe we can do a homework right now. Yeah. So Rachel, do you have yesterday charts? All the sample destiny chart, do you have it? Okay, so we're going to put one just for you, Evan. Yeah, since you're asking this question, so we're going to do this for you. I'm going to put up a chart on the screen, so for you to take a look. H, show me the H chart yesterday. Okay, so some of you just joining in. Yeah, so Edwin asking a question regarding yesterday's session. Yeah, he's asking that the relationship between the Life Palace and the Destiny Palace. Yeah, so because yesterday we talking about the chart about billionaires chart, right? So how do you see the pattern like producing the wealth Life Palace and all those things? Yeah, and readily we discuss about a chart that is countering. Yeah, so the moment we talk about, is it countering means you're going to poor for life, right? I think that's the main reason we ask this question. We get worried. So how many of you here have the life palace actually countering the self? How many of you here? Okay, so Carl is one of them. Yeah. So you can raise your hand. Actually, there's a button there. Yeah, because I cannot see all of your video at once. So even you raise your hand on the video, I might see some I might not. So why not you raise your hand virtually on the write down the participant list. There's a button there called raise hand. So right now, I need you to participate on this. Yeah. And then let me repeat again. This is not a classroom. It's a meeting. So I need all of you here to participate because in meeting we're supposed to talk to each other, right? Yeah. So please now look at your own destiny chart. Yeah. So now you see what is the relationship between your wealth palace and your destiny palace. How many of you discovered that your life palace actually countering you? Yeah. Only one only. How about the rest? Okay, Edwin also the same. Okay, that's the reason you asked this question, right? Okay. So yeah, I think yes, we will do this question right now. Yeah, although today we are not discussing about destiny. Yeah, so we try to make this as spontaneous as possible here. So right now, I'm the chart I'm showing the screen right now. I need you guys to study. No point for me to telling you everything, because in the end you won't learn a single thing. So in this chart right now, this is a destiny chart. Yeah, this is not a forecasting chart. This is a destiny chart. So now take 2 minutes to analyze this chart. Yeah, and pay attention specifically to the relationship between the life palace and the destiny palace. Yeah. So is it something similar? Is it the same question that Edwin is asking? Right? Is a countering, right? What happened? I think a lot of people tends to get worried about this. So let's analyze this chart. Give yourself like 2 minutes. See what's so special about this chart. Actually, we do a lot of this, you know. Yeah, we do a lot of research, countering, yeah, producing. Yeah, we a lot of backups, data, yeah, that to support our findings. Yeah, so Healing mentioned that she don't know how to raise hand. Okay, so there's a button there. Healing, if you look at your right hand side under the participant list, there is 3 buttons there, and then there's a 1 raise hand. Okay, so do everyone see the charts on the screen right now? The destiny chart that I am sharing? Okay, cool. So Lily also the same, using and Yiling, yeah, all is the same configuration. So right now, what is the special thing you're able to discover from the chart? Let's put Lily Hoon online because she raised her hand. Hi, Lily. Oh, baby sound. Hello. I cannot hear you, Lily. Oh, you're in the car right now. Okay. Then better you don't talk right now. Yeah. So you just continue to listen because it's quite dangerous. Yeah, while we're driving. So once you are ready, yeah, you just let us know. We're gonna put you online again. Thank you, Lily. And then how about Yiling? Yiling, are you ready? Okay, so we're gonna put Yiling unmute Yiling. Hi, Yiling. Hello. How are you?
Hi, Emerson.
Hi. How are you?
Fine, thank you.
How are you doing? Okay, good. All right, so great.
Fine,
So
thank you. Can you hear me?
yes, I can hear you clearly.
Yeah. Like to
What is your take on
know
this?
if destiny counters the web. Sorry,
Okay, what is your analysis based on
your line is lagging.
the lines lagging? Okay, hold on. Let me. Anyone can fix the line? The line is lagging. Is this problem applies to everyone or only for reading? Yeah, please drop us a message here. So we need to know what the line speed is right now. Everyone also lagging, based on the message. So okay, yes, it's right. Okay, give us a moment. Yes, I'm so sorry about this. Yeah, they're going to adjust the speed again. Yeah, see what we can do. So we're back online right now. It's good. So Rachel, share the screen again right now. You able to see the screen? How? I don't know if I lock box. Cannot see everything. On like just not the full screen one. 我頭先咪我收乜嘢靚咁嘅嘢。Hi, all right, back online again. So let me double confirm one more time whether you can hear me clearly now and whether you can see the screen. Yeah, so there are two things. I'm going to continue talking, all right, for you to hear whether my voice are clear and loud right now. So please give some response so we know that the line is good. Okay, I saw a response from Ong John. So all right, cool. So it's loud and clear right now. It's Lily, okay, better, good. Okay, so they can hear this. And I assume that you can see the shared screen as well right now. So for those who are still joining here, so this is a question that we address, going to address admin so question. So this is a destiny chart, this is not a forecasting chart. So have you guys done the analysis on this chart? So now is the question time. So some of you will, if you want to give some input on based on your analysis, yeah, you're welcome to do so right now. Yeah. So how do if you're interested, just let me know by just raising your hand or just type yes on the dialog box. Anyone? Hello? Anyone want to give their input? Because yesterday we're going through, okay, Lily. Let's put Lily online. Hi, Lily.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, loud and clear. So how
Hi.
are you doing, Lily?
In the car.
Are you in the car? Wow.
Okay.
I hope you're the
Yes.
passenger, not the driver.
Huh? No, my husband driving.
Oh, good. Okay.
So my line will be not so stable.
All right. I
Yeah.
can hear you. Don't worry. So what is your take on this chart? This Western chart?
Hi. The chart here is live door countering destiny. Is it the same with destiny countering the live door?
No, you're going to tell me your analysis first.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you need to tell me your.
I think the line is not good.
Okay. So can you hear me now? Better?
Hello.
Maybe when you just let us know when you're
No.
okay, Yilin cannot hear my voice as well.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Okay. So anyone? Okay. How about?
Maybe you'll put me back later.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. So how about Yilin? Hi, Yilin. Hi. Good morning.
Hi, Iverson.
Hi, Yilin. So how you doing? Good.
You meet to say
I cannot hear you. Your
line that
voice
you
is a little
have.
bit soft
You
from
mean
my
to say?
side.
Oh,
I cannot hear
can you
you.
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
Can you increase the
Oh, you
volume
cannot
of
hear me.
your microphone? Yeah, your voice seems very soft.
Perhaps you try other people first. I go and take my
Okay,
my.
all right.
I don't have the microphone is maybe you try another person.
Okay,
They
all right,
can
all
hear
right.
me. They can hear me.
Okay. Just the volume is a bit low.
Oh.
Okay, maybe you can try. You can try to talk now.
Yeah, now I can. Yeah, okay. You want me to analyze the chart first, is it?
Yeah, participate on analysis.
Iverson?
Yeah, just tell me your opinion on this.
Analyze the chart. Actually, I need your guidance on this, so I will just try to tembak. The destiny is the wealth is countering the destiny, so which means it's harder to get. Sometimes on the because the life door has got PE, so sometimes we'll have to this person money is not the most important thing. Is that correct?
You let me know. Yeah, I'm listening. This is a meeting. You just continue talking. Don't worry. Yeah, this is not a test.
Oh,
Yeah,
continue talking.
continue talking.
Yeah, actually, that's my answer because I don't know how to decode for like this when it's countering.
Okay, so I think a lot of people also have the same dilemma as well, right? When you see a countering, right? So it's very equivalent when you see a class in the chart, then you get worried, right? So it's because it's a countering relationship. Okay, so thanks for sharing your opinion. And now Carl going to say something. All right, so hold on. Okay, Carl going to say something now. Hi, Carl.
Okay. Okay. I just want to share what I see in this chart. I believe that probably Iverson, all the charts he's sharing with us are all rich people. So it means that this most probably is a rich guy also. What I see is, number one, we follow what Iverson shared with us yesterday, was this fella got heaven, got pillar there, so still high chance to be a very rich fella. And then what happens is, yes, the life door is countering the fella, but if you look at the relationship of the Wu, which is a capital, the life door bottom stand is Wu, and this fella top stand is Wu. So life, riches, and is still related. So when I see the countering relationship, it's if this further gain enlightenment, how to enlighten? Use the Tongguan arbitration, which is North Palace. He need to get the moon assistant. He need to have knowledge. Then the profit, the money, the riches will go to him already if he can activate the North Palace. This is my share.
Thank you. Hey, hello, can you hear me? All right, so thank you, Carl, for your sharing. Yeah, very good sharing as well. So how about the, okay, so another one is from Yiki. Yeah, Yiki say that the life door is a palace. Life door produce mental palace. Okay, so the life door produce mental palace. So it's a good finding as well. Because yesterday we discovered a lot of charts actually based on the metal boxes, right? The life door. And just now, Carl also mentioned something very interesting about the heaven and the pillar together, right? And this thing appear consistently among a lot of very special people charts, right? So we're going to see a heaven and the pillar, because pillar represent they're doing something different, something unique, something they can express themselves creatively. And why this pillar can express something creatively, because it's one thing, yeah, is because the pillar right now is resides in the southeast. Yeah, southeast is a good sector, right, in terms of art expression and all those things. So back to our original question, yeah, how do we actually see how do we know what are meaning the moment we see this type of configuration? Very clearly right now, yeah, you see that the life door now is countering the self. So will this person to become wealthy or not? I think this is the first question that a lot of people want to know, right? So, and Ka Chong also, I think, also got some opinion on this. So, Ka Chong, are you ready? We're going to unmute you so you can give us your opinion as well on this. Hello, Ka Chong? Hope you're not in the washroom right now. He's busy typing notes. Okay, how about the rest? Yeah, I need you guys to participate on this. Yeah, the more chart you see, don't you realize right now you can see the chart more easier right now? Yeah, rather than zooming into specific element, you can see the big picture, right? So, hi, Ka Chong. So, are you ready now? Okay.
Hello.
Why not we unmute Ka Chong right now?
On the line right now?
Hello.
I'm
Hi.
on the line right now. Hello?
Yes,
Hear me
I can hear you
clearly?
now, Ka Chong. Good morning.
Can hear me?
Yes, very clear.
Okay, good morning. Yeah, I was
Good
wake
morning.
up. Yeah, okay. So, Destiny counter life palace. So, countering, it means a lot of effort has to be expended, low. And so it means still can get the wealth, but it takes a bit more effort. So that's what I can gather from this chart.
Okay. So your answer is it's still wealthy, but there'll be
Yeah.
more effort
That's my
required to put in, right? Okay, thank you for your input.
Yeah, it's not like the last few cases where, wow, just producing. Thank you, Iverson.
All right, thank you, Kashong. Thank you for your participation. And how about the rest? Come on. Yeah. I remember all your name, yeah? When on the live meeting, those who didn't speak, I'm going to ask you on stage. Yiki, okay, Yiki. Hello, Yiki. Hello.
Hi. Morning, everyone.
Is your son still playing piano?
Okay, I try.
Yes, of course you can.
No, no,
Yeah,
no.
that's the purpose of this meeting. Yeah, you try.
Okay.
Yes. You just say whatever in your mind.
What I see. Okay. Okay. I see a destiny chart. The palace have heaven and pillar. So, it already confirmed this fellow is very, very powerful.
Wow, confirm. I
And
like
the
that. I
fear
like
door
that. Very
in
confident.
the palace too. So the fear door is a wood elements. So also with palace too. So same element means this fella what he do also will be smooth lah, actually, because same
Fear door
element.
is metal element.
And then wood, right? Metal
yeah.
element.
But it doesn't matter. It's okay. Yeah, I just
Okay,
want to
never
let you know. So yeah,
metal element.
continue.
Okay, it's then okay, and then the live door counter the destiny is how is the things is because I see the live door is wood, and then some more is in the metal palace also good. Actually the well okay, maybe he needs to
The light door is earth element.
go through the career open door because
Now you can continue. I'll type.
light door is metal, right? Paris.
Light door is
Okay. Then actually the light door is the earth.
Yes.
Wood metal Paris, right? Yesterday talked about that. Okay. So actually he will have the capacity money, but he need to go through the South Palace because the open door he produced the open door the career. So if he really to concentrate in the open door, maybe in the live door will be no problem lah for me. That's what I see lah. Because
Okay.
the SE produce South.
South is
I
so
will
okay,
go to
very
the
good.
South Palace lah to help.
Yeah, I noticed a lot of you here already start to talking about solution, right? So it's good, yeah, because you think in a way that you want to try to give a result to your client. So if we look at this objectively without looking into the solution frame, yeah, just as a analysis purpose. So do you think this person can make money? Even they didn't do whatever that you tell them to do, like arbitrator element or producing element, just by the chart at its whole, yeah, just the chart alone, yeah, independently, do you think this person will be able to amass great fortune because the live door are countering the self? Does this make this person
can because
struggling
it's
for life or not? So the answer is yes. Okay, thank you. So why you say is yes?
Actually he yes.
Yeah, why you say is yes?
Because his own self because his own self destiny have heaven and pillars. This person will be always will change things, like he will challenge, he will change things. So this kind of the person, they wouldn't let own self poor.
Wow.
They want rich, so won't worry. They won't that's what I see in the destiny chart.
Yeah, because okay, so you look in the pillar, you look in the heaven,
Some
right?
more fear door. no worry, confirm, because it's a fear, in the fear door, more worry because he's a very, very strong person.
Oh, I like you use the word confirm, yeah? Yeah, this speaks about confidence. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you have a good findings there. Yeah, so back to the, yeah, thanks, Yiki. Yeah, I know you're very busy right now. Yeah, but yeah, you take your time to do this. Yeah, I appreciate that. So yeah, just now back to our, just revisit the question that I asked Yiki just now regarding whether this person can become rich or not, right? So first of all, if you look in the chart, that this person does have certain indicator, yeah, that is quite a capable person. Like I think Yiki and Kao mentioned about the pillar in heaven, right? So this ability to change things, yeah, to see things differently, and then what part that this person able to see things differently, yeah, which part of the aspect, because there's so many things, you know. So if you want to know that aspect, yeah, the so-called the circumstances or the environment, we can look in the box itself. Yeah, the box is southeast, right? What is southeast related? Yeah, then we can know that southeast are related to art, you know. Yeah, it could be education, it could be art, and yeah, it's a form of expression of an artist. Yeah, so this is one of the way to do this. So back to the very serious question: can this person become a rich or not? We need to look at whether this person do the thing that inside the destiny box. Remember we talked about yesterday, right? So let's say you forget about all the boxes. If someone asks you, how do I activate my own destiny? And remember yesterday we talked about all successful people chart. You realize that they all do the thing accordingly to their own destiny chart. Yeah, just to recap you a little bit. Remember we talked about the Warren Buffett chart yesterday, right? So the Warren Buffett chart, do you still remember what is inside his destiny palace? Yeah, what is the stars that he's having a chief as a deities, and then he's having a heart as a star, and then he having the a hum as the door, right, in the destiny palace. So we're also talking about the heart represent management, and then the hum door represent risk, right? So it's about risk management. That's what he's doing. Yeah. So if this person, because the capacity is really there, if we do the thing accordingly, then he can able to amass fortune in life. And just to share with you who this person is, this person is someone that need no introduction. He's the king of pop, Michael Jackson. Yeah, you are looking at the extraordinary human being. Yeah. So Michael Jackson for you in this chart. You can take a screenshot. I think this is one of the interesting chart that worth studying further, because as a QiMen student, yeah, I would encourage every one of you here, you know, you plot all the famous people, outstanding or significant achievement people that have a lot of outstanding capability. That's how you can actually learn better this way. So back to here, do you realize that this person do accordingly based on what the Destiny Palace says? Yes? Right, and then is it something about art, about expression, and don't you think this person do it differently? Yeah, don't you think this person also a perfectionist? Yeah, and every time you see a Destiny Palace, you land on the southeast. Yeah, you are a perfectionist. Yeah, this is another key takeaway for you. Yeah, for a quick reading. Yeah, the moment you see your Destiny chart, this apply to every one of you here. Yeah, how the degree of the perfectionism is depends on the content inside. Yeah, but one way or another, there are some built-in nature that for you require things to be perfect for you. Yeah, even down to little thing. And this also further amplified by the fear door. Your fear door, beside about talking about our fear as a motivation, you know, and stress and all those things, is also represent a detail-oriented person. Yeah, every time you see a fear door with you, for those who are that have a fear door in your Destiny Palace, means that you're detail-oriented. So this describes how he handled things in life, and this is a very Michael Jackson style, right? He wants everything to be perfect, everything purely orchestrated down to seconds, every single move that he made. everything are in sync with the music, and he's going to repeat it again and again until he get it right, just right. Yeah, so this is a very artist way, and having the 9 heaven and pillar, he able to create a new category of what he's doing right now. Yeah, this is about the Destiny Palace. And then now, the second question is, now he's countering self, right? So, but don't you think that he still can make a lot of money? But the moment you see a countering means that, yeah, sometimes the money part, yeah, might give him some problem. Agree? Right? It could be a lawsuit problem. Yeah, it could be copyright issues, and certain things that are a violation of agreement that related to money. So these are the effect, yeah, some of the side effect, because the moment it's countering you, which means that there are incompatibility on that aspect with the wealth element, so he might not able to manage or the wealth properly in terms of this, yeah, because countering means giving you stress, yeah, giving you obstacle. So the moment, yeah, the first thing, if you have a client, the moment the money counter you, yeah, the first question the first advice you need to tell your client is you need to manage your money properly. Yeah, this is very important. Why I contrarily do a lot of people, when they do analysis, whenever they see the wealth element counter, they will say that precisely that a lot of people will say, why not you get a financial advisor to do this, right? But I believe that the first thing first, yes, you can do that, but first of all, you yourself need to govern your own wealth. You need to know your own value, what type of thing that you can generate money, and you need to protect yourself, because no one care as much as you do. Nothing. There are no one that really care about what you do other than yourself. Yeah, so your money. So I would say that first of all, regardless whether it's unfavorable or countering you, no matter what, you need to understand finance. Yeah, you need to know how to protect your income, because countering could mean that something are attacking. It could mean a lawsuit. There could be someone want to take some chunk out of you. Yeah, if you are not, don't know what you have, it might be a problem. Yeah, how can you guarantee that the person you are asking to manage your money doesn't turn the back on you, right? So first of all of us here, we need to have some finance knowledge, especially if the wealth are countering you. Yeah, so this is the thing. And if you don't do this, then you might notice that even your Destiny Palace is good, you do accordingly to that, and you become the leader of that category. But whenever it comes to money, there are a lot of obstacles along the way, like what you've seen in his life, right? There's a lot of up and down in terms of finance. Yeah, so this is how does a wealth countering you basically means. And you look in the chart, there's also a death and emptiness. Yeah, there's a death and emptiness. So this further confirm or lending the strength to the ability to manage or see the importance of managing money. And if this thing doesn't being taken care early, later on in life, this will serve as what? This one will serve as the it will create a lot of problems in terms of money management. Yeah, so I hope, Evan, I answer your question about the countering. Okay. So let me see the. All right. You're welcome, Evan. So shall we continue to forecasting? Yeah, because today we're supposed to do a lot on forecasting, right? So I think we're going to stop destiny analysis for now. I know it's very interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of things actually we can discuss further. Then maybe we're going to do this more on the next club meeting in the mid of June. Yeah, because we're going to give away to a forecasting session, because I think it's equally important, right? And then by 10:30 today, we're going to have a special guest. So get prepared. Don't go anywhere. Yeah, at 10:30 a.m. today. Yeah, and GMT 8. So we are expecting a very, very special guest to talk to everyone of you here. So now the thing here is like this. Yeah, so whenever we talk about forecasting, okay, a lot of people still want to have a lot of questions. Okay, so why not we pick one? Yi Ling say that not finished on the second part. Okay, what's the second part? Tell me. Yeah, you have 5 seconds. Yeah, to let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I think we need to move on. Yeah, due to the time constraint. Yeah, so then now we're going to do the forecasting side. So if you have any other questions, then we can, by the end of today, probably before 1, we're going to have a Q&A session. Yeah, so you can ask again. Yeah, so please remember, yeah, to drop down all your questions. Yeah, I'll try my best, and my team here will try our best to answer all of your questions. Okay. Yeah, because there's so many variation, you know, counter in, counter out, right? So there are a lot more to do. And the moment you understand the concept, I think you can able to figure out that part yourself. So later on, we're going to open a session for Q&A. So you can ask your question then. All right. So right now, we're going to go to the other subject of QiMen. This is the subject we're going to talk about the forecasting. Yeah, I believe that majority of people learn QiMen because of forecasting, right? I would say 90 to 95% because it's a very it's something that very easy to learn, and it's very I would so call is something that very practical for busy people like us here, right? Because forecasting is about decision making, and you know that by making a better decision, yeah, you can actually change the course of your destiny. Yeah, so all of us here, yeah, whenever you study about Bazi, Feng Shui, I Ching, forecasting, I'll say that we're talking about one thing, yeah, destiny, right? What is our destiny mean to us? Yeah, how can we change that? Yeah, this is not a new topic about destiny. This has been like 2,000 years ago. People keep talking about this topic, right? So if you're talking about destiny as a subject, how do we actually control destiny, or how does actually destiny manifest itself? Is through two things. Yeah, is the concept of yin and yang. Right. So what is this yin and yang mean? Yeah. So if yin and yang means that yang means that something you do. Yeah, and yin means something you didn't do. So your destiny, yeah, where you are right now, the situation you are in right now, yeah, the condition, your achievement, your failure, everything, yeah, are the collective of the thing that you do and you didn't do from the past till now. That's where you are right now. Yeah. So if you want to create a better destiny, you either need to change the thing you do, or you want to introduce something that you didn't do right now. Yeah, that actually form a strategy to create a better outcome. So forecasting, how can it help in this way? Is it help you to tell you what you can do and what you shouldn't do, right? And it give you a blind spot, what you didn't see right now that you didn't do that might cause you an issue, right? So forecasting give you that foresight. So instead of learning it backward, now you can connecting the dot forward. Yeah, so that's the purpose of learning forecasting. So for me as a consultant, we do a lot of consults to our client, and most of my client, majority of them are business people. Yeah, so then this is also very useful for them. Yeah, because the forecasting chart able to tell them the blind spot or how the competitors are doing right now. You know, what is the market trend? So the forecasting chart able to help those people, yeah, to make a better decision. So in summary, forecasting is a decision-making system. Yeah, it allows you to make a better decision because you equip with more information. So the information in the forecasting chart are represented by deities, stars, doors, and stem. By knowing how to analyze those information, you have better so-called insider information that allows you to make a better decision. So we call this an insights and wisdom. Because wisdom can acquire two ways. You know, one way is through experiences. Once you live through life like 80 years old, then you have a lot of wisdom. And another way is you can let QiMen catch you on that. Yeah, because the QiMen chart is the energy map, what is available at this moment. So in order to do this, yeah, we need to have an hour chart to do this. And why we need an hour chart? Because if a lot of people talking about the a future, right? We want to become a millionaire, we want to achieve, build a huge business, or they want to travel around the world, achieve financial freedom. So all of these things here, they're talking about the future, but little of them know that the key secret to change destiny actually is not lies in the future, it's lies in the present, right? The moment we can make the present better, automatically, at the same time, your future will be better as well. Do you agree with that? And that's why you see a lot of spiritual teacher or someone that are very wise or sage, they keep talking and mention about the power of present, yeah, or the power of the now. Yeah, because the moment you change something now, your future will be changed. Yeah, for example, if now you choose to eat salad, yeah, you know that what will happen to you the next day and then few other days, right? If you choose to eat salad right now, at the same time, you also say no to unhealthy body, right? Yeah, it's two happening at the same time, right? It's a yin and yang. They're always opposite effect. Yeah, so that's why the power of presence is so important. So the achievement chart that we are plotting, actually we're using the present chart. Yeah, that is the part. That's because a lot of people ask me, how come we are not using the year, month, or day to do forecasting? Yeah, because if you want to make a true impact, you will need to be objectively, aware that the current chart is the power to change anything. Yeah, the current hour. Yeah, that's the reason. So right now, I know all of you here are from different part of the world, right? Then the first question you might ask is, what type of chart shall I plot to use? Right? Because some of you are from different time zones. Some of you are from the state. Some of you from KL, and some of you from some other countries. And then if we're going to do exercise here, what type of chart that we should use? We're going to use the chart that is local time in KL. Why? Because right now I'm the host. I'm going to decide the chart, who to use, and then I'm going to pick the guests who are related to the chart. I think this part no need more explanation. I think all of you here going through the module, you know how this process works, right? Yeah, the chart need to have a host. Since I'm the host here for today, and so I'm the one decided the chart, so we're going to follow my local time when we plot the chart. Okay, so forecasting is, how do you do this? I believe that there's we give you a homework as well. Yeah, so why not we just bring out the homework? Do you do the homework? So normally for expert, they didn't do one. Yeah, why? Because they can read it in real time. Yeah, so all of you here is okay, you're expert. Yeah, that's why you didn't do the homework. Okay, let's load it up. I think the homework is about the something about legal. I'm not sure whether this is something that you want to do. Yeah, because here is free flow. You want to do a legal case, or you have any matter case you want us to discuss here, is also can. Because some of you might not are interested in legal case. Okay, so right now this is the homework. Yeah, if you didn't, not this one. No, I don't think this is the one. Okay, so you guys, okay, this is like a election, yeah? So this is a democracy. So I let you to decide what type of chart you want to read. So if you want to read, you want us to discuss this legal case, yeah, please say this type yes on the screen. If you want to switch to other topic or other chart, then you let me know. Yeah, I need to see your response on the screen right now. Okay, 2 for legal, 2-0 right now. I need to see more of you, just in case to make sure you are not GE for it. Legal, okay. A lot of legal. Okay, so I think that everyone want to do this, right? Okay, cool. Okay, then we do this. So in this chart here, I think you already being emailed this chart to your inbox. So they also come with a question as well. So there are a total of 7 questions here. So some of the questions here can be similar. So basically, in the end, whenever asked about legal, is one thing is whether the outcome is good or not, right? So whether this person can escape from the trouble, the percentage of it. I think a lot of people would like to know this. Yeah, because by knowing this, they will know what type of strategy they can use to tap into. So I would like some of you to give me your opinion on this chart. Yeah, healing, you asked about tenant represent by what? Yeah, so now you need to tell everyone what you think tenant represents. Yeah, because these are homework. Yeah, healing, you do it first, then later we're going to share with everyone then how each other sees the chart. There are no right or wrong. Yeah, because all of us here sees the chart differently. Yeah, as long as your theory are aligned to the keywords or the attributes of the thing, yeah, then you're right. Because one thing, yeah, before you start reading this, let me share with you one part. A lot of people ask, how come? Yeah, whenever I ask, if you have a question, then you ask a 50 consultant, yeah, 50 consultant. How come a lot of them give you different solution? Right? Do you experience this before? Yeah, you have a question, you cannot accept the answer, then you try to ask another consultant or another practitioner, and after you ask like 50 to 100, then you start to see more stars because you get confused because how come there are so many different solutions? Yeah, which one is correct? Yeah, let me answer your question right now. All is correct. Yeah, provided they are good practitioner. Yeah. Why is that this? Because when we ask someone a question, we need to know what type of question are we asking. Is it a technical question or is it a solution-based question? Yeah, if you are asking about technical question, yeah, then the answer should be the same. For example, if you ask about is chief is a good deity or not? Yeah, you try to ask all the qualified or whoever you know that is good in QiMen, they all say that chief is a very good star to start with, right? It's a healing star. Yeah, if you ask someone is chief is a good healing star, all of them should give you the same answer. Yeah, because this is technical question. You cannot deviate away from that nature. Okay, so if your question are related to solution based, you're expecting a solution based on your question, then it could be different and it's normal. And you might ask which one is correct, which one is wrong. All of them is correct. Yeah, because we need to accept the fact that there are more than one solution can solve the same problem. Do you agree? If you want to lose weight, there are so many ways to achieve the same result. Either through diet, through exercise, or whatever form, you still can get the same results. That's why all of you here, even though we see the same chart, it will have different meaning. That's why every time I ask you to explain, I want to know the reasoning behind. That is not because I want to I want to check whether you're right or wrong. No, yeah, it's not our intention here because I just want to know what is the reason behind. As long your reason are backed up with the true attributes of those components, then your question is a workable solution. Yeah, I hope you get what I mean here. Yeah. So now we look in the chart right now, and this is a legal case chart. And the thing is, I don't need to read the question again because I think you already knew the nature of this. Yeah, so this is mean that this asker is born in the year of 1972 and have some legal cases, and then he rented. The reason he caught up in this legal case because he rented his own property to someone that do illegal activities. I didn't mention what type of illegal activity it is, but there are something here. And then when the authority found out, the tenant fled, and now the asker is facing a lawsuit case because he happened to be the owner of the house. So now just imagine this. This asker is your client right now. So he asks you, what is the percentage or of winning this case? Right. So what is your take on this? And again, this is a reading exercise. So I hope all of you here participate fully on this. So that's where you can learn the most. Okay. So now, if you are ready, you just let me know. Yeah, I'm going to allow you to speak to everyone here. Okay, so you just can alert me via the dialog box. So Yuki, are you ready to speak? Can you look Yuki online? Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Yuki. Hi.
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 It's the
Hello.
first question, right?
Huh? What is your first question? Did you
Hello,
receive
hello.
the email?
Can hear? Can hear?
Okay.
Can hear? sorry. I had a bit bad. Okay. You mean this case? This case actually is from sorry, from this chart actually the chances for win actually is not really lah, insult lah for me, because
What do you
SW
mean?
is counter and E.
Okay, continue.
Hello.
Hello. Yeah, continue talking.
No, I follow the question. Actually, sorry, just now I go the washroom.
Oh, okay.
Is it
Not the question.
continue for the you mean
Okay, maybe I just
yeah. Sorry.
Maybe I just clarify that. So I would say that although there are a lot of questions, right? So because too many questions, then some of you might confuse. So why not we just combine all the question into one single question? What do you think the chances of this person winning this legal case? So there are high chances, low chances, or depends. Yeah, depends is a very safe answer, but we try to. If you want to answer depends, then you also need to justify why it is. So high chances or not?
low chances.
No chances. Okay. Wow. Okay.
Low chances.
Now back up your point. Okay. Tell me. Hello. You cannot just leave no and then you log off.
Because the
not going to let you go like that.
Okay. sorry. So because the because the pink there is asker actually, right? So the outcome is E. So E outcome in SW palace is a Earth palace. So the pink is palace is in Earth in east. Sorry, in east. So SW it actually is counter in south east. So the case is low chances.
Countering.
Am I right?
So countering. Yeah. You just say whatever you want. It's okay, no problem.
In south actually.
Okay. So this is the reason why you say this this person might not. Chances will be very low. Okay, thank you. Thank you for your reading. Yeah, so just to benefit everyone here, let me just tell you what Kiki tried to tell us. She's using the technique of the day represent the asker, and then the hour represent the outcome. Yeah, so by outcome basically is the outcome of the lawsuit case. Yeah, so by noticing that the is, which is the asker, countering the outcome, then she concluded that the chances might not be so high. Am I right, Nikki? Okay. So any point you want to further elaborate further, or that's it? I think she already offline right now. Okay, never mind. So thanks, Vicky, for offering your opinion. So who is the next one? Okay, how about Edwin? Thanks, Yiling, for letting me know that Edwin is raising his hand. Hi, Edwin.
Hi, Iverson.
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yes. Loud and
Okay.
clear.
All right. I think the chances of winning is quite high.
Okay.
Because I see that the Fyodor, which represents the lawyer, is in the north, which is then again producing the asker. And then at the same time, the judge, represented by the open doors, is in the northeast. Happens to be the outcome is also in the southwest. Both of these southwest and the northeast are having the same element. So to me, I will see that the judge itself, because it's also sitting the same as the outcome. And if I get it right, the divine light, which is the defendant, is also in the southwest. That is how I conclude that the chances of winning is quite high.
Okay. All right. So this is how you.
Yeah. So that is my answer. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Cool. So so this one.
I was actually I have a question. Because now the asker is the if we base on the first asker, you know, it's like the asker is pink, so which is in the east, and at the same time, this asker is also the defendant, which is in the southwest, right? So, which should be the reference point? Should we be looking at the east as the asker or the defendant southwest?
Okay. So now you're asking questions, right? Can we do the analysis first? Then I'm going to answer a question. I get what you mean. Yeah. After this, after they all give their input, I'm going to address your question. Yeah. If I forgot to, you need to remind me to type it here. Yeah, I get what you mean, because now you see two boxes, right? You don't know which to read. One is the Destiny Palace, I mean that person, and then one is the Defendant Palace. Am I understanding you correctly? Hello, Evan?
Yes, correct.
Okay, all right. So I'm going to address your question shortly. Yeah, right after they do analysis. Okay, and by the way, yeah, so some of you didn't do this kind of lawsuit case before. Yeah, so you might you don't know when we are talking about like heavenly geek and all those things. Yeah, so later I'm going to address that part as well. Yeah, so why not right now we give all opportunity for people, yeah, to express their opinion first. Okay, who is the next? Raymond. Okay, so Raymond, so I'm going to mute. Okay. All right, Raymond.
Hello. Yeah, hi. Okay, so well, I agree with Edwin. So just to add to his point, right, that he has a high chance to win. The asker has a high chance to win. Now, if we look at the chart, the asker actually counter out to the result and counter out to the open door, which is the judge. So in terms of counter out, means the asker can control the outcome, right? So compared to counter in, it's a different scenario. So in that sense, he has a higher chance to win. And also the lawyers actually produce in, lawyer at the north, Theodore produced in towards the asker. So these are situations which is favorable to him. If we look further when it comes to documents, as in the evidence we look at harmony at the northwest. But the evidence may not be so helpful because it's countering to the asker. Okay, but anyway, so as a whole, I look at it, he has a high chance of winning the case. Thanks.
Thank you, Raymond. Yeah, what a thorough analysis that you have. Yeah, so keep things going. Yeah, question in. So I think the majority of you here are think that the chances of winning are quite high, but even though you have different analysis to it, yeah, especially I think Raymond are getting much better now, yeah, or he knew understand the attributes a lot. Yeah, it's very good. Yeah, very good. Yeah, so you see that I think the reason why he can improve so fast because he keep practicing this art, yeah, daily, and I encourage all of you here to do the same as well. Yeah, so right now, let's who is the next one? You raise your hand. Yeah, the more hand raise I saw, then yeah, maybe after the special guest, we're gonna talk about Warcraft as well later on. Yeah, so this depends. Yeah, so I need your participation because later on 10:30, yeah, stay on because we have a special guest later 10:30. Yeah, remember that. So while we are doing that now, we need to focus on this current focus right now. We need to do a lot of analysis. So anyone want to offer the opinion? Hello. Okay, while you are still thinking, okay, Kachong. On Kachong, all right, so you say yes, can win. Very good. Yeah, it's a very confident word. So now I need you to tell me why you think so. All right, so Kachong, you can speak now.
Oh, I'm on again. Okay. So I
Hello,
concur
Kachong.
with Edwin and Raymond's analysis. Hello.
Okay, I can hear you
Can
now.
hear me already? Yeah.
Yes. Can.
Okay. So I concur with all right with Edwin and Raymond's analysis, and I go with the most simple way of looking at it.
Okay.
East is the host countering Southwest, so it's a good chance. And then in the question, also ask when is the suitable month. Should be in June. That will help a lot.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why? Okay, don't go so fast yet. Yeah, you need to let us know your basis of your analysis, so everyone can learn from you. Hello.
Because I only see in the most simplest term.
Okay.
So
Right.
East
Why?
countering Southwest, right? The outcome box.
Yes.
So already 50-50 chance.
Okay.
And then with the, what is it called? With the judges' help. Yeah, because there's a lot of work to be done. Like for example, the Southwest, the solution box for Southwest is in the South. The South are the chief and the assistant, right? So documentations would need to be provided to the chief, the judge. Then that will be the solution. So quite a high chance. But, if nothing is done, then it's 50-50.
Okay, all right.
Need to provide documentations.
Then how about
Thank you.
How about the thing about the month that you share with us about the best month to win? You mentioned that June is the best month, right?
The best month is actually I read the question. Yeah, because June are represented by the South Palace. So the energy of that month will be more suited for the court case in favor of the host.
Okay, all right, cool. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Kachong.
Thank you. Thank you.
Very good analysis. Oh, it seems that all of you here are very good with QiMen already. Okay, anyone? Anyone? Okay, now so while you are still thinking on this, so let me just give you whenever we do my thoughts on this. Yeah? So when we do a legal case, something like this, then I think that the problem is not about most of us, we face the problem is not about reading or analyze the chart. Yeah, the problem is for us to find the useful God, right? Yeah, that's the one. What to look for? Like just now, someone asked about which represent the tenant, right? And then there's so many moving parts along. Yeah, this is the part that actually prevent us from reading the chart. Agree? Right? Because there's so many things to look into. Yeah, and you know which are useful God, as if like you need to read everything else in the box, correct or not? Right? So I think that this is the first obstacles that we all will experience when we try to read a legal case. And you learn forecasting before, there are so many parameters that you can actually look into or indicator. For example, like maybe I take this time to address Advin's Saw question just now, right? You're talking about, because in a court case, yeah, there will be two main role. Yeah, one is a plaintiff, and then one is the defendant, right? Yeah, these are the two one. The one that suing that person, and then the one that being sued. Yeah, that you need to defend yourself. And then in order to find the defendant, right? The defendant, then we need to look at the heavenly key. Yeah, this is I'm talking to Evelyn. Yeah, just now is you also the rest of you here also can listen as well, so can learn. Yeah, so whenever we want to identify the defendant, we look at heavenly key. Yeah, but Evan, I need to share with you, just now you mentioned the heavenly yi is in the south. Yeah, actually, if you're talking about purely on heavenly yi, it's actually in the southeast. Yeah, it's not in the south. The heavenly yi is not where the chief position is. It's the original position of the lead star. So if you see the chief next to it, there's an existence star, right? So where is the original position of the existence stars? It's actually located in the southeast. Yeah, so that one is a defendant. Yeah, just this for educational purposes. Yeah, I'm not asking you to do this as a reading, but this one represent the actual defendant. Yeah, not in the south. It's in the southeast box. Okay, so now the second question that Edwin So asked is, every time we read a chart, like I want to read this defendant, you already know that this person have their own, like 1972, they already have their own box, destiny box. And then now this person also have another role as a defendant, right? So which box you should look into? So my question to you, Evan, is you need to read two boxes at the same time. Yeah, two boxes at the same time. Then which box to pay attention to? The destiny box or that person current state, you need to look at the destiny box. Yeah, so but how the judge see this person and how does the is on the defendant box? Yeah, I think Evan, do you get what I mean? So if you want to see whether the judge like this person or not, you can look at the defendant box and relation with the judge, whoever it is. But you want to know whether this person currently is stressed or not, you know, or what is his thinking, is he hiding something? Then you look at the his personal box. Yeah, so we read two at the same time. Yeah, okay, Evan. Yeah, so it depends what type of information you want to refer to. Yeah, so we need to look at the two boxes at the same time. Okay, so now, okay, Evan saw us. Okay, you understand. All right, good. You're very smart. Yeah. So one time I explain, you already understand this. Good. Okay, now we're going to. Anyone want to offer the analysis or any additional opinion? Okay, so let me share with you. Yeah, let me share with you my thoughts on this, and bear in mind that my way is not the only way to read in the chart. Yeah, I just give you from the my opinion, the way I see the chart. You know, so all of you have your own way, and I just now I listened to Raymond and the rest of you here, and then all of you here have your own, and it's valid. Yeah, because you base on the right attributes to seeing it. And because of your solution or your reading, this is the way you're going to help your client. Yeah, because the way you read the chart, you determine what kind of way or strategy you have your client, right? So you stick in your own way. Yeah. So why you want to do this? So everyone can see from different other perspective. So right now, let me share with you from my perspective here. So if I'm reading a chart, so I agree with Ong Kachong just now. Yeah, maybe I'm probably a lazy person. Yeah, I want to try to keep things simple. Yeah, the whole chart. Right. So if you look at this chart, the asker already say that you born in the year of 72, right? So is it say so in the question? Yeah, so there's an indicator, right? So we should look at the year of 72. Right, 72, we assume is born after February. So which are the one that represents 72? Is rainwater, right? So where's the rainwater? In the west, right? West, and then scenery. Yeah, this is it's under the scenery and the moon dot. All right, doesn't matter. Yeah, at least now we identify as a west sector. Yeah, this is how I see it. And then the whether this court case, the chances of winning, whether it's good or not, then we need how I see is we need to look at who is the one who actually determine the whole outcome, right? So we look at the judge, right? So the judge, whether the judge like favorable to you or not, or they're countering you. So if we look for a lawsuit case, where's the judge represented by? Open door, right? Yeah. Every time you want to look at in the lawsuit chart, the open door is a judge. Remember this, yeah. So some of you is still new to forecasting. Drop down. Open door equal to judge. Okay. So now look at the case right now. Is the open door producing the this person or not? The asker. Yes or no? Yeah. Yes. Right. So do you think that the chances winning are high? Yes. This is how I conclude the reading. Yeah. So and now the next question. Yeah. The next question is like this. Do you think that since the chance winning is high, but now falls back to the second question, do you think money is an issue? Can this be solved by money or not? Can this solved by money? Okay, Kachong say yes, and then Yiki also say yes. Okay, so Kachong, can you share with me why you say can be solved by money? Okay, you're asking whether I ask a box. The way because you see, the moment we see the question, the first thing I saw is 1972. This is the element I'm going to use. Yeah, to answer Yushin question, why I'm not using the asker box. This is my style of doing it. Yeah, what I see and what I read. Yeah, but if you want to practice this as a beginner, I think you follow the format of using day and hour. But because the question is very obvious, right? If you read the question, born in 1972 is the first thing. Yeah, so this leads me to look at the West box to start with. Okay, Kachong, may I know why you say this can be settled using money? Kachong, hi. Oh, you say yes when you say win or not only. Oh, okay. Right. So how about the second question? Yeah, why do you think that this money is an issue or not? Testing? Anyone? Please raise your hand. It's okay. Yeah, it's just for trying. Just trying. Evan?
Oh. Let me see. Money capital. Hello? Yeah. So, anyway, yeah, yeah, because the money, the capital,
Yeah, it's lagging. Yeah. Why not we're going to put you on hold first, Kachong. Yeah, while we're going to hear from the next person first. While your line is okay, we're going to put you back in. How about Edwin? Edwin?
Hi.
Yes.
I think money is not an issue to the asker because the ambassador is in the same palace with the asker. And to add on to what Kachong mentions, the Wu is also at the open palace. So basically, the asker is controlling the judge, and he can actually use the money to overcome it. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Edwin. Anyone else? Yeah. Please participate. Yeah. So I see the screen here. Most of the people who are participate is Carl, Raymond, Yiki, Edwin, yeah, Kachong, Yusing, Yiling. Yeah, the rest, yeah, you need to contribute some way or another, you know. So people want to hear your thought as well, and you can learn as well. Yeah. So please, yeah, try a few times. Yeah. Nothing will happen if you answer wrongly. Yeah. There are no exam here. And I remember every one of you. Yeah. Those who didn't speak out. Yeah. During meeting, I'll look for you. You might need to you might need to do presentation on the stage alone. Rachel remember every one of you already. Yeah, she start nagging you. Yeah, if you can, yeah, participate a little bit. Anyone? Okay, so okay, because okay, Nancy Choi, who produced Oscar, who is invest. Okay, can we just welcome Nancy? Yeah, now we can speak. Hi, Nancy. Good morning. Say hi to everyone.
Morning.
Hi, Nancy.
Oh my God.
I hear laughter. Is it your analysis? I think there's some sound there. Okay, Nancy, good morning.
Hello.
Is it Nancy?
Good morning.
Hi. So
Yeah.
yes, we can hear you. Hi. Good say hi to everyone here.
Good morning. Hello, everybody. Hello, Iverson.
Hi. So Nancy, yeah, share with us what is your thought on this chart?
Can you? Yeah. No, I've been following. So, according to your interpretation, you are using West as the asker because you're using his year of birth. So, in that case, he will have no issue with money because I look at Wu as the capital, the money. So Wu is in northeast, which is earth, and it is producing him. He's in west, which is metal. So that's the way I look at it.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Nancy. Yeah, it's first time you speak. Yeah, continue doing the good job. Yeah, I'm going to ask you to speak again later. Yeah. So, thank you. So right now, so I think
please
don't. A lot of you think about the chart here. Is it money an issue? But if you read correctly the question, yeah, actually the question asks, can this legal case can solve by money or not? Yeah, that is a real question. Yeah, do you read the question properly there? Yeah, it's not whether this person got money or not. Yeah, yeah, it's whether can this court case solved by money, means bribery, yeah, or some sort. Yeah, is it possible or not? Yeah, so you look in the chart here, right? So it seems like it's not very unlikely to happen. You see, in the whole thing here, you see where's the judge is, yeah, the open doors, right? And then the opposite side, the snake also represent the lawsuit case, right? You notice there's a 7 star there. Yeah, 7 star is a very upright, you know, they hold justice in a very high position. So it's very unlikely for you to able to bribe the judge. Yeah, it's very unlikely. Yeah, for you to do so. Yeah, because you see the open door, you see the judge here, right? And then the snake also represent the legal case by himself. And you notice that there's a 7 star here. You see in the southwest, right? 7 star normally is those person, they are very upright, have a right moral compass. Very unlikely for them to take bribery. Yeah, but one person can take the bribery. Who? Is the plaintiff. You can solve by money. Why? Because if you look at the chart, the person who's suing this person is, how do we look for plaintiff? Is where the chief is. You see where's the chief location is? Yeah, plaintiff is the one who sued this person, you know. Oh, you look at in the chart there, you see where's the chief is in the south, right? Everyone, look in the south box. Is it in the south? How do you know this person need money? Very simple. You look at the harm door. Yeah, all harm door want money. Yeah, harm door government greed. So next time you want to ask whether this person can be bribed or not, and you happen to see a harm door, then the answer is what? Yes. Yeah, then you might ask, how come, but there's a chief there, right? Then how come you say this person can take bribery? Because when the useful god is chief, right? For example, now when we look for plaintiff, we want to look where is the chief box is. So whenever we look, the useful god is based on chief, then when we read that box, we ignore the chief element inside. Do you agree with this? Yeah, because if it's not, then all the plaintiff also good people, right? Because every time we look for plaintiff, we always look for where the chief is. Once we identify that box, then the chief purpose for this case, for this scenario, already finished. So we need to look at all the components except the chief star. Yeah, this is the right way to do the reading. Yeah, so this is the part to do so. But in the end, this is the question, right? But now as a consultant, this is for you to know. Shall you tell this? No. Why? Because the chances of winning already high. Yeah, why for you want to do for money? Right? You get what I mean here? Yeah, the answer is for us for educational purposes. But if this person asks you, shall this case can be solved by money, what would be your answer? No. Yeah, because you're already winning. Why you need the money? Okay. Yeah, you get what I mean? So just like what I told you is truly from analysis. That doesn't mean you should do this, but the question is whether this person can be bribed or not, then the answer might be yes. Right? Because some of you might say it's illegal and all those things. Yes, maybe. Yeah, that is your decision. Yeah, but the thing is, if you're just asking whether this person can be bribed or not, then the answer is yes. But whether this person should bribe that person, that one, maybe no. You get what I mean? Yeah, there's a two different things here. Knowing what it is and whether you want to do it or not is two different things. Yeah, so just now we're going through diagnosis. Yeah, we want to understand the situation. This is how it works. Okay? All right, so the third question. The third question here represent is the chance that the owner can able to locate the tenant. Yeah, so every time you see something move away, right? So one of the things you can look for is ninth heaven, right? Right heaven mean moving away, somewhere, correct? Yeah, so you look at where is the ninth heaven located? You want to look for the tenant. It's in the southeast. Can the tenant be located? Death and emptiness. A bit hard. So you can tell them, well, you wait for when? You wait for April and May. Yeah, then you may be able to find this tenant. Why? Because during April and May, the emptiness will be filled up. Yeah, so the tenant might be make appearance during that time. Yeah, so this is one of the thing that, so if you want to add more gist to it, you can tell them, yeah, this person very likely, you meet this person in the area, it's like it could be a gym or a stadium, yeah, or a financial area. yeah, during the Geng or Sin day. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, but that one you up to you. But for this case here, it doesn't serve any purpose. But if just for the sake of answering that question, yeah, this is how you can actually read it. Yeah, you get what I mean? Southeast, right? Southeast right now is deaf and emptiness, mean it's not appearing. If you want to look for this person, which direction should look for? Southeast. Yeah, south is the direction. Okay. Now let's move on to the. Are you able to read the question as well? Yeah, because there are quite a number of questions here. There are number 7, right? So right now we are in the third question. Okay, so the fourth question. Could there be any documentation that the owner can provide to win the case? Documentation. What do you think? Because now we concluded based on what we analyzed just now, the chances of winning is good, right? So what is the critical driver to winning this case, to win this case? Okay, let me just guide you a little bit here. So whenever we look for evidence, which are the useful God we use? Please type on the chat box. I'll wait until you respond, yeah? Okay, Yiling replied. 6 harmony thing, yes, 6 harmony is a witness. Yeah, thing is a summon. Yes, document correct. Yeah. Okay. So do you notice that where is the you see that the thing and the harmony is located at the same box? Yeah, it's in the same box, yeah. Where's the same box is? Northwest. So now, yeah, let me guide you that. What is the relationship between the asker and the evidence box? Is the same element, right? So is the evidence is something useful or not? Is it against this asker or supporting this asker? It's supporting, right? Because it's the same element. So right now, look at the inside. Deaf door and harmony. Deaf door represent the land, right? Yeah, harmony represent what? Agreement as well. Yeah, so look at it. It could be some agreement or title. Yeah, that able actually help this person a lot on this. Yeah, so the document is there. Yeah, it's not something you need to create or something. It's there for you. So it's something to do with documentation or title or legal. Because pillar also represent the legal side of the thing. It could be written. Yeah, certain agreement or certain proof that actually you are just the tenant agreement could be there. So these are the indication from the chart. Now you see clearly now, right? Yeah, and you know all this one because this all is just the attributes of the deities, the stars, the table, and everything. So it's the same element. So just to answer that question, could it be any documentation that the owner can provide to win the case? The answer is yes. Yeah, it's with him. It's in the home. Because same element. Yeah, it's the same box. Yeah, look for this. Okay, right now. So now let's move on to the next question. The fifth question right now is about the current lawyer. Is the current lawyer good for this person or not? Okay, exercise time. Yes or no? First answer is yes or no, and then you explain why. Welcome, Iki. Yeah, so I shall give you 1 minute. Okay, so Kachong say yes because it's produced the day box. Okay, yeah, because the day box is pink, right? Okay. So anyone want to give their comment? I need someone to talk. Please type yes, then I'll unmute your microphone. Please try. Okay, let's start with Kachong first. Kachong did reply. Hi, Kachong.
Am I on the line?
Yes, you're on the line. You're on the line right now. You can speak.
Oh no.
Oh
So,
no.
oh okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, again lazy lah because lazy man so also use back the hour and day box.
Okay.
So anything that produces the day box is helping the host.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so thank you, Kachong, for that. All right, for those of you here, let me just put it in there.
Thank you.
Everyone can know what Kachong are referring to because Kachong is expert, yeah. So maybe I break it down so everyone can know where's the point he's coming from. So whenever we look for a lawyer in a case that helping this person, we look at Fyodor. Yeah, Fyodor. I remember that. Yeah, all the time. Every time we look for a lawsuit case, legal case, Fyodor always represent the lawyer. So and where is the Fyodor located in this chart here? It's in the north. Yeah, everyone, please look in the north. Do you see a Fyodor? So all the contents inside the box represent that lawyer. All the attributes inside the box, except the Fyodor itself. Yeah, still remember, Fyodor is the one that shows us where to look for the box. Once we identify the box, the Fyodor doesn't serve the purpose anymore. Right? If it's not, then all the lawyer you'll find also got the Fyodor attribute inside. It's not possible. Yeah, you get what I mean? So once you located the box of Fyodor, you don't look into that into deriving your analysis. So that is the box. So if I ask you where's the lawyer is in the north box right now. So why Kajong says that just now is helpful, the lawyer is helpful, is because the asker, Kajong are using the day, right? Yeah, might not need to same with me because I directly use the 1972, right? But for Kajong, he using the standard operating procedure. We're using the day. The day is a ping fire, right? If you notice on the day, so this represents the asker. So where's the ping fire located? Is in the east. So east box represents the asker. So since the lawyers in the north producing the asker, so do you think that this lawyer, the current lawyer, is helpful or not? Yes? Okay, now it's easy question, right? Yes or no? Please type on the dialog box. Okay, some say yes. Please participate. This one very fast, huh? Okay, good. Because why? Because it's producing. Okay, the next, now let's look at more on this lawyer. Is this lawyer smart or not? Yes. Okay, Shirley says yes. 2 star. Okay. 2 star is aggressive, right? Yeah. You learn Warcraft, then you know, 2 star. They are in a defense. They are in a very aggressive mode. Okay. One thing you see, whenever you look at lawyer, right? What determines a good lawyer is what this person thinks. Right? How is this person inner conversation interpret the case is a key. So look at this case here, you look at the hook. Is this person cunning or not? Yeah, it's cunning, right? Yeah, then it's cunning. He know how to manage information because there's a hard star there, right? So this person is right. Do you like a cunning lawyer to help you? Of course, right? You don't like a chief, right? Yeah, we like the hook there. So this is the person that is good. And if someone is producing the asker, then I would say that it's pretty good. Yeah, it's really good on that. So the next one. The next one in the chart, okay, now I know some of you might think, right, then I listen, then how about how do you read it from my perspective? Because my useful God is different, right? Just now, Kachong used the pink fire, the east box as the asker, and why I'm using the west box, right? So if I'm using the west box, is the lawyer still helpful to me or not? I think that's the question I think you asked as well, right? Yeah. So you look at the chart right now. What is the relationship? Now the asker is in the west, right? Remember I used the west box. So and then the north. Now is no longer producing. Now I am. This is I produce out to the lawyer, right? You see the person that is the west, right? The lawyer is in the north. So I'm producing out. I'm giving out energy. So am I using, is the lawyer still beneficial or not? If I look from my perspective, the way I'm reading the chart. Because in my way, the lawyer no longer producing me. Okay, Kajon say no. Anyone else? Hello. Okay, so Yiling mentioned that I have to drain energy to the lawyer, and Raymond Hall is very positive because he say at least it's not countering in. Yeah. And still positive, need to be more cooperative with the lawyer for Alan. Say no, have to provide a lot of evidence to a lawyer because it's producing out. Okay. Say positive, need to spend money. All right, cool. Yeah, of course. Yeah, this one need to spend a lot of money, right? Okay. Cool. Need to help the lawyer. Okay, need to provide more information. Okay, done. So let's look at this case objectively right now. You see in the chart, because our question is still the same. Is this lawyer helpful or not? Yeah, we just stick with that. So now I'm producing the lawyer means that I'm giving out energy, right? Yeah, I'm feeding the lawyer. So if you look at this position here, is the evidence that I have right now, is it the lawyer able to use it effectively or not? Yeah, you look in the chart. You look in the chart. Let me repeat my question. Among all the evidence that this asker has, yeah, is the lawyer able to use this evidence efficiently or not? Yes. Yes, right. Why? Because it's producing you, right? So means that this person does this person understand you and your evidence completely? Yes, yeah, because it's producing you, it's easy for him. It's become second nature. So by this case, we can tell that this lawyer already get to use to deal with this type of case. Easy, it's a chicken feed for them. Yeah. So this is one part. And then now but that one might not be strong enough to say a yes. Yeah, now you need to write one part. You see, in a court case, they are defendant and then there's a plaintiff, right? So who is the person suing this person? Which box is that? Remember we talked about where's the box for the plaintiff? Chief, right? Okay. You see this lawyer. Is this lawyer, what is the relationship between this lawyer with the chief box? Counter out, controlling the plaintiff, you know. So is it good? Your counter out. Can you actually control the defendant or not? Yes. Right? Don't you think this is a very good observation to know this? Because the moment you counter means you clash that person, you know. Yeah, because water clash fire, right? Unless they are fire, your water, if the other way around, you are fire, they are water, that is different. So you actually can able to control and subdue that person. So if you compare you and the defendant and the plaintiff, the defendant producing the lawyer, but the lawyer counter the plaintiff, is it good or not? Yes. So means this is the right lawyer because you put the plaintiff under control. Yeah, so these are the part that we look into the chart here. So the answer is it a good lawyer to start with? Yes, there are so many supporting things. Yeah, the reason I ask you this question, I want you to see, even we look at the useful God differently, do you see that we still can arrive to the same answer? Right, just now Kajong using the east box, right? I'm using the west box. Maybe some of you are using different box. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but in the end, the way somehow the information will still points out to the same conclusion. Yeah, this is how QiMen works. Yeah, so don't get upset if the way you read the chart is different. It's okay. You follow your own way because the QiMen are designed for you. Yeah, it's personalized for you. Yeah, this is what I try to tell you. Yeah, because this lawyer is good because it's countered the plaintiff. Okay. So the number 6 question and the number 7 question is the same. I'll say that the sixth question reads like this: does the prosecutor have a good case against the asker? So of course it's no, because the asker are more powerful in this case, right? So, and then will the judge lean to his favor? Of course, because the judge produced that person. Okay, done. Yeah. So don't you think this is easy? Right. So we have done one cases here. So right now, are you guys tired right now? Are you still okay? It's good to go? Okay, so now let's see what we can do here. We're going to take a break right now. So before we take a break, shall I give you some homework or exercise? Do you like exercise? Okay, so let's see what. Right now, I give you a break right now. And during this break right now, what I need you to do is any pressing question you have, you need to formulate your question better. So I'm going to send to our team here via the message box, and then our team will select. So the guideline is like this. Yeah, the more clearer and more interesting your question is, you're likely to get picked. And then we're going to discuss this later on the after session here. So what I want to announce one thing again. Now we're going to take a break at 10:30. I'm going to take like 30 minutes break while you can you can go to a toilet break or whatever. But remember to prepare your pressing question, and then we're going to all of us here we're going to read your chart. But by 11 we're going to resume back our discussion. But by 11 we have one very special guest going to appear here, and you need to get prepared. Yeah, so you need to get makeup or everything if you can. Yeah, make yourself pretty or more handsome because 11 a.m. Yeah, there'll be a special. A guest here arriving. We're going to discuss a lot of achievement stuff with you. Yeah, make sure be on the screen at 10:50. Yeah, so we have 10 minutes to prepare. Yeah, 10:50. So we're going to stop for a break right now. So I don't know I'm not going to announce now. Yeah, so we wait till then. Yeah, so just to make sure. Yeah, keep yourself clean, pretty, handsome. I shall see you around 11 a.m. with our special guest for today. Okay, so thanks you guys. So see you in the next 30 minutes.
Are we live yet? Okay, everyone, are you here? Iverson's gone to the bathroom. So I'm the replacement for this session. How you guys doing? All right, where can I see everyone? Are they here? How do I know they're here? Okay, so good morning, guys. All right, so how's it so far? You guys have been enjoying yourself. I heard you guys were doing some forecasting. That's good. So good. Now, I'm just going to take over a quick session here for like the Q&A. So in case you guys have forecasting questions or QiMen destiny or QiMen feng shui or strategy execution that you want to go through, this will be a good time to go through some of these contents. Just before this, we were talking about a very, there's Carl all here, we're chatting about what's going to happen recent changes in the country. So I think it's a good discussion. Now nobody knows the exact answer, but apparently, what was the chart you guys have just now? Huh? What is that? 9 o'clock chart, is it? Was it the 9 o'clock chart? Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So of course, we were discussing how do we actually look at the outcome of so-called political battle. I think it boils down to whether or not we can clearly identify what are the useful gods when it comes to discussion. Okay, so like for Trump's case, for example, that time I used the Northwest sector as a very important feature representing the White House. Okay, but in this case here, there is no White House, right? So we cannot use Northwest sector to represent the discussion. So we got to look at, who are the opponents basically in discussion. Okay, so I would say the incumbent is always looked at chief. Okay, chief is the current leader. Okay, right or wrong. Okay, whatever you call that. Yeah, if we still have to classify the current incumbent as the chief. Now, judging on the opposition, looking at the opposition, what would you classify as a good representation of that leader? Okay, on that side. Okay, so my view of this would be to look at black tortoise. Okay, the equivalent to black tortoise would be grappling hook. Okay, so that is just my way of selecting the useful god. The reason I would select that, okay, it's also you look at the activities, right? If a person can go on to enemy camp and literally convert the entire enemy camp to become his supporter, despite having done all that in the past history, I think it's very much a black tortoise, right, or a grappling hook, right? So this is what I would look at in terms of the useful god. Okay, so if you look at the positioning of the two charts here, it's basically water counter fire between the two. And this chart wasn't plugged by me, of course. It was plugged by who chose this chart? Raymond chose that. Okay, so Raymond was discussing this chart. Okay, so I'll just add on to it now. Every time a big event happens, which in the next couple of days will happen, of course, we don't know all the surprises, right? You guys got to keep track of all the surprises that are happening in the next couple of days, because every big event, and you will know, and I'm sure politics is like that, every big event that happens, you want to plot those charts and you want to look at the movement between chief and hook, or of course chief and black tortoise are either one of these. So when we say surprise is not, it's big twists in events, revelations that they have in politics. For example, during Donald Trump, FBI reviewed documents, right, on Hillary Clinton, for example, in the last couple of minutes, last couple of days. That itself is a surprise turn in events. So we plot chart based on the release of that event, you see. So those are called the markers. Okay, so we'll look for those markers in order to plot charts. We cannot use one chart and read everything. This chart is for now. For now, what is happening? Okay, for now you can see what is the issues happening between the parties here. Okay, so on the outlook, you will see that the chief is actually in the north and it counters the fire. Okay, but the fire is where the grappling hook is. But this grappling hook is not weak. You look at the formation, you have all the special formations here, and you have a very wise and strategic and maybe a little bit cunning grass there, right? And the hook is 7 stars compared to the chief is only 4 stars. And plus, these guys are in emptiness, right? That means your arm bar is emptiness, your attacks are weak, right? So you're trying to come up with a brand using heavily hero talk only lah. That means, yeah. So there's a lot of negative aspects as well. Even though you try to counter the south, right? You're countering the south. The south is where the hook is, but the hook is very strong, okay? The hook is extremely strong. And this is a heavenly star Fan Yin situation, right? Is a heavenly star Fan Yin and a stem Fan Yin situation means that there could be big changes and transformations, which obviously a lot of people are probably hoping for and wanting to see, yeah? Okay, so that, actually I think Fan Yin is a good way to see, good thing to have when you're talking about so-called, depends on which side of the fence you're on, right? If you're talking about change, Fan Yin means change. Change in what? Change in people, because stems represent people, right? And because you're changing in terms of the stars, it's like a change in mandate, all right? A change in mandate, which obviously probably is something that people want, right? So if you look at the harm door, which is a door of attack, right? You can't attack when there's emptiness, yeah? That means you want to attack, cannot attack. But nevertheless, water is still against fire. So, but not to worry, yeah? I mean, if I were looking at this chart and if I'm advising, anything I'll do, right? I'll probably enhance strategic execution. I will do something with the southwest and northeast. See, the benefit of having south sector as the so-called weaker party right now is that south, if you strategic execution southwest and northeast, you have double earth against water. Isn't that cool? Double earth against water. So you could literally put out your enemy on both sides, yeah? So if you look at southwest, you have the open door, right? And you have the phoenix. These are all really good, usable weapons used against in politics, right? So let's analyze. What do you think ambassador is? Money, right? Do you need money in politics? Absolutely, right? Do you have money now? Well, it's not in your box, but it's in the box next to you. Apparently, we have now new members coming in to support the cause, and some of these members are known to have access to a lot of funds, as you can see. So that could be a good analysis of it. On the other side of the fence, right, you see on northeast side, which is close to north, and you can attack north from northeast, is also snake. So internally, there could be changes in terms of the party on the other side, and you could cause internal battles. Okay, but right now it's in emptiness. They don't dare to move. Okay, so this is the current analysis of this chart. Okay, so if you ask me whether or not it looks good, I think it looks correct. Yeah, what is happening right now, it looks correct. And yes, I think it looks pretty good for the hook. Okay, if you know who hook is, that would mean good chance. Okay, right. So I think the next one you want to see is another chart, probably. I think there could be a big event. Is there a big event happening on 8? I heard there could be a big event happening on 8, right? I don't know what sort of event. Facebook Live, right? So yeah, you gotta real plot those charts and do an analysis on those. Okay, but currently it looks good. Okay, cool. Yeah, hook is 7 stars. Yuki is talking about, yes, hook is 7 stars, and you know, hook is a different, a yang version of, it's like a yang version of the black tortoise, okay? So, and this is very much a power of the hook. I mean, this is my way of looking at the, you know, who should be the useful god at this point, okay? The traditional way would probably be looking at the year stem, right? I wouldn't look at the year stem in this case because you're not talking about an ordinary person. You're talking about someone who actually capable of controlling an entire country and such a, you know, reading in this sort of thing. You know? So we should be looking at the deities, okay? Again, there's no fixed rule on this. You can still use by traditional way of looking at useful gods by looking at year of birth, right? I would look at the deities in this case. Again, there's no fixed rule. Is you can change it depending on what you see. Okay. Now, if we look further in the constellations, both constellations are not weak, you know. Okay. You have the neck constellation, which is part of the dragon constellations in the north. Okay. And it actually produces the palace. Okay, so constellation-wise, there's still some luck. If you just use one word to represent constellations, just talk about luck in general. Luck is still on that side, and neck is a very powerful constellation. However, if you look at the south sector, you have the constellation of well. We like well as well. Well is a very good hexagram. Well is a very good constellation to have. It does signify unity. It does signify uniting. You know, well basically means people are lining up to go to take resources from, you know, like a whole village of people just standing in one row, right? All working together. Whether or not you're from different backgrounds or different you know, disagreements or whatever it is, you're still working together, which is exactly what's signified by this constellation here. And it is wood. It also produces the sector of south. Okay, so what I like a lot about this chart is what I like a lot about this chart is it is a 7-star hook, and it doesn't have DE. Okay, when it doesn't have DE, it's stronger than a site that has DE in the first place, lah. Okay, but maybe I'm being biased. I don't know. Okay, so does that sound like I'm biased? No, of course not. I'm totally neutral with all this. Okay, all right. Okay, let's just let's say we support the chief, right? I'm sure you guys are all chief supporters out there. No one's looking at me now. Okay, so let's say you support the chief. Yeah, and what do you think about what's good about the chief? I don't say anything. Okay, the chief is a 4-star chief, right? A 4-star chief. Just for the record, I'm not helping the chief. Okay, it's just that the good thing is you have a hero, which obviously you are trying to give a good branding and image. Okay, you have Hamdor in this palace. Well, Hamdor is supposed to be attacked, but this Hamdor is weak with the DE, so I don't see if your attacks are strong. Now in political battles, we always look for hidden surprises. Okay, we look at things that we don't see. Okay, we look at things that may surprise the opponent. So what are surprises? There are 2 things that can represent sabotage and surprise. First is the door of delusion. The second is the door or the deity of moon. Moon is always behind the scenes supporters that you cannot see. So let's go and study this and think about, you know, if you are the advisor, what would you advise camp hook, or how would you advise the camp chief, right? So apparently the chief is producing the moon. Okay, so chief is producing the moon, which is the scenery door that's in the east. Okay, can you see the production there? And it has a dragon, what is that? 青龍反青龍逃走係咪啊? I can't see it properly. Okay. 白虎猖狂啊? Okay, it's not a good formation. Okay. So it has, it's the scenery door, but the scenery door is an envoy, right? So you're going to produce that, produces the moon. So there's a hidden stuff that you cannot see. But this will work in favor of the hook in this case, because apparently whatever is produced in that column, it actually produces the hook. Okay, so not to worry about that hidden plans. Okay, so let's look at the enemies, so-called enemies on the hook side. The hook produces the delusion door, and the delusion door is a hidden attack. And this delusion door is supposed to attack the north sector, which is water. Okay, this is a very good political, right? Turning internal people against the enemy camp, right? unfortunately, it's in emptiness. Damn it. Okay. Unfortunately, it's in emptiness. So this method is not working at this point in time. But I believe if once 佢咩日啊嗰日 9係咩日啊？丁先乜啊？我記得好似仙草係咪？哦，仙草 ，which means the emptiness will be filled up 有嘢睇喎，有嘢睇喎。So the emptiness are filled up. That means now we'll release the top secret attacks. Okay, bang my this is hidden, right? Okay, we all better not talk too much because you need to keep this secret. Okay. Okay. Anyway, we're talking in code. Nobody understands this. So what is being hidden? To say so we got a snake, right? So someone called grain. You know, grain means what? No, grain means the masses. Grain means assembly. Remember that? So they must delusion door to the max. This one delusion upon delusion. Someone delusion in emptiness. Right? Highest level of delusion. Right? So okay. I think it's nice to see a chart work this way. Okay, so what can go wrong? Always in business, in anything, right? What can go wrong, right? Yeah, they can write what can go wrong, right? The only way to counter the south, right? The only way to counter the south is you have directly in water. Okay, now you are in red position, ox is more red in my opinion. Okay. Bingo has red in. Anyone is red? Yeah, I have to be a bit careful with this. Things can go wrong, you know. It's not always you know. Okay, when Hamdor is no longer in emptiness, you could have a problem because at the end of the day, water still counter fire. Okay, at the end of the day, water still counters fire. So this Hamdor is massive attack, you know, massive attack, all out war. Okay, so and it could get physical. So this is a bit of worrying. Like I'm just talking. Don't be alarmed. I'm just, you know, what can go wrong? We play devil's advocate, right? Okay, neck is the constellation of change or absolute authority. Okay, and absolute authority means that they probably can take control of the weaponry because Hamdor is the weapons, the army. Okay, so what is people most afraid of? People is most afraid of what? Violence, right? And Hamdor signifies what? Yeah, military coup, right? It's also part of what Hamdor is about. Thank goodness it is in emptiness, but you never know, right? Emptiness by timing needs the red to fill up, but you know, red comes before ox, you know. So that is I'm just saying, devil's advocate is, that could be a worry, but thank goodness 8 is red, right? Lim Guaning is a red, lucky thing Lim Guaning is a red, but he's on the other camp, so it's not to worry, yeah. You see, it comes before Cho, that means the emptiness is gone on the 8th. You understand what I mean? It's called fill up, the emptiness is filled up before it's filled up on the 8th before the 9th, yeah. Okay, I mean, this is just maximum what could be a problem. Yeah? We're just trying to, you know, see what could be the problem. Now, let's just say support, right? If water is strong enough, you encounter fire, correct? So who are the support? Who are the support we see? Okay, don't forget, you know, you cannot only see the one side is good and the other side is like, oh, you know, it's going to die for sure. What can go wrong? Well, west and northwest both are producing into the north, correct? The west and northwest is producing into the north. And they both are pretty good. Okay, so you see Destructor and Rest Door. Lucky thing, Rest Door. So Rest Door, you may say these are people in rural areas, right? 9 Earth, very far away, right? So Rest Door still sleeping. So maybe they don't come out to support. We don't know. Anyway, I'm being biased again. Maybe, let's say they do, right? So let's say they do, right? Let's say they do, then you might have a problem, okay? Because it is a 6-star level liner. Okay, that could be a problem. Overseas, okay? Overseas is live door, yeah? Live door, Wu Earth together, a lot of money. You see, a lot of money. Who do you think have a lot of money? Could it be? Middle East? Middle East. Who got a lot of money? Suddenly support, no, look at that. Look at, you put live door together with someone 9 heaven add together, yeah. Push into the north sector, thank goodness you are emptiness, right? So cannot get that. But let's say it really produced in, right? That could be a problem, right? So now you know. Now you know, okay? But on the the south side, which is the hook, right? The hook. So the hook got support now. Let's say we talk about support. Support comes from southeast and east. Let's study that. Okay. Your turn to study. Tell me what you see in the east and southeast. Do we like deaf door? Do we like deaf door supporting? Deaf door is the end of something. Okay. So, and if you have yang metal supporting, of course they're seen as yang metal right now, because anytime you work in opposition, sure you're yang metal, right? So that's actually, this is correct way of looking at it. You come to think of it, right? If you look at the year stem and all that, it's not the correct way. If you look at chief and versus hook, then you can see very clearly, right? The yang metal and the death door together with the heart, these are all ex-military, what do you call that? Ex-personnel harmony, gather support. No? So your support, if I'm there, would give them a strategic advice, say, hey, you know what? A lot of your old-timer friends, right? Go talk to them, harmony with them, right? Pull them all out. How many stars on the shoulder, one all come talk, right? Like that, ma. Then this case here, this one also got money. You see, hidden got Wu Earth inside. You don't think got no money. It's just not seen money, right? Supporting yourself, that would be good. Harmony is there, right? Not. Then yeah, scenery door producing you, right? Scenery door producing you. So yeah, also got money. Yeah. Who's that? Kachong is talking. Now only you know, is it? Which planet you on, right? So I think I like this chart. I like the story that is from this chart. I think it tells a lot of a good background. I am pretty excited looking at this chart, which obviously is. I think if some of you are looking for change, a change might actually happen. Yeah. Let's see in the next couple of days, any big event might take place, right? Hope that if there's nothing big event taking place, then I think this is a good chart. Okay, right. Oh, okay. So May 8th is a big event happening. Yeah, right. You gotta know which is host, which is guest, So this chart here favors the guest, which obviously guest means you gotta understand. Host is always the incumbent. Guest is always the opposition in this case here. Okay, so this chart clearly favors the guest, right? So without big changes, right? Without big changes, you cannot flip host to guest. So just continue doing whatever you're doing right now would be a good thing. Unless they're smart enough to say, I'm going to change host with guest position, right? Let's say they just hired some smart QiMen fella and say, oh, you know what? You should change the positioning, then you will be on the winning side, right? But I doubt that very much. So the smartest guys are already here in QiMen, in our QiMen club. Okay. All right. So hope you guys enjoyed this little morning session about this chart. You guys got questions here? If you have questions, you can post on the chat. I'm looking at the chat right now. Yeah. 點樣俾佢哋講嘢㗎？你可以 mute 嘛？Okay, who's got a question, wants to talk? It doesn't have to be about this chart. It can be about any other charts. If you want to have a chit chat, you can just let Rachel know and put you up. What is that chat? Who's any Wong says, would there be a riot? I think with the emptiness inside the harm door is very unlikely. Okay, it's very, very unlikely. At this point in time, it's unlikely. And plus, you also need to see, right, who is supporting the North sector. I don't see any big armies and all those supporting the North sector, but whereas I see the big army, which is Yang Metal, supporting the South sector. Okay, so there could be I don't think that there's going to be any major problem like that. Like maybe some major arguments and dispute might take place, yeah, but I don't think it's going to be big. Thank goodness for an emptiness there. See, it's a good way to look at emptiness, isn't it? We learned something today, yeah, because everyone is so afraid of emptiness. But now you are so thankful there's an emptiness there. Okay, more questions. Let's see. How do I forecast? What's this chart? The focus point for female is heavenly pillar and male is disruptor. So the first asker look at outcome and asker and count the 10-year per box straight away. Look at useful box. Okay, I don't understand what your question is. Yiling, my question again. Huh?
How do I forecast lifespan?
Lifespan. Oh, you want to forecast lifespan? Okay, you need to first know whether or not the person is sick right now. Okay, if the person is sick right now, then forecasting would be a better use to see whether someone can live longer or not. That means how many boxes before you reach to this was that door of death lah. When door of death will counter you lah, right? Okay, so then you see that 15 years, how many years then? Okay, but a more accurate way to look at longevity would be using Pazi. Okay, you just straight away look at the Pazi, and if you look at the Pazi and then you clearly identify the end of let's say your resource star or the end of your output star, that could be a quick indication of when could be the lifespan. If not sick, especially if it's not sick, then QiMen might not be such a great way to accurately determine the lifespan. Let me explain why. Yeah? Because the QiMen talks about the spiritual being of a person. You know, it's not so much an actual physical realm of a person. So when we look at QiMen, we're talking about the divine self. So mortality is your physical body. Your spiritual self can live a long time. Even before your body is born, there's a spiritual self that already existed. Hence, your chart is circular, right? So even after you come, then your body has a certain lifespan, but thereafter your energy will then still unite back with the universal energy, which is the spiritual realm. So your intelligence continues. So therefore, QiMen is not such a great way just to see the mortality of lifespan. Yeah. Whereas Pazi might be a much better system to actually do that for you. Okay. Any other questions? Kachong is saying, evidential occurs a huge hook convoy now passing, no noise. All right. That's a comment, right? All right. Yiki Teo is saying, I noticed south is ding, hidden Kui, and Kui, what is that, hidden thing, will be the, what's hidden? I don't understand what she's saying. What's she saying?
North is hidden thing. South is hidden.
Yeah, lah, they are in each other's mind every day. Ma. Who do you think they think about every day? Yeah? Is it their wives? Of course not, what? Okay? Isn't that obvious? When you're in battle with your enemy, every day you'll be thinking about your enemy. Okay. Yes, they miss each other very much. They used to be friends, remember? 呢個 chart 係幾準下嘛？it's so good to describe what's happening. All right, cool. What other questions do you have? Any other questions? Fan yin stem, yeah, of course, man. The people are. This is a total fan yin, right? Friends become enemies, enemies become friends. All right. This is this situation is like there's no better chart to explain this shit that's happening right now. Right. Okay, if you guys got no more questions, they heard you講嘢㗎嘛？而家你 turn on the mic. Who's want to ask the question? I don't know what GST. What do you want to know about GST? The other government with more GST law. This one. All right. We'll abolish. You gotta ask the hook ma. The hook we no GST. They say no. Okay, you gotta keep this chart as good, right? You gotta plot the other one, the next event happening. Right? I don't know what time in but it's not the question of the event, as when during the event anything happened, then we can plot. Right? Okay, I think yeah. No, we can't do that now. We gotta look at whether the event happens or not. Then only we can plot the chart. Yeah. We cannot just pre-plot the chart. Right now, this chart stands right. How to overcome if destiny counter wealth? We don't overcome it. We just look at what is good in the chart. I guess how we overcome everything in life is by not trying to fix an area where it's hard to fix in life. We look at what we are potentially good at, and then we become really great at doing it. Okay, focus on strengths and not focus on weakness. If we spend time trying to fix something that is broken, we probably might get it to work again, but it's very difficult. Wealth is not always material wealth, right? And it's people get confused with these two things. Recently, I'm far from finishing it. I'm working on some Yijing 64 hexagrams, and one of the hexagrams was called Great Rewards. And while we're working with the team of, I have a team of writers, just so you know, a full disclosure here, because I can't do it by myself, write 64 books, right? So then it comes to the research on wealth, and I think I actually rejected the entire write-up there, because Great Rewards, they say, oh, it's because you become wealthy and then you have a lot of wealth because you did something great and you got rewarded because of it. And they have totally the wrong concept of what wealth is. Okay, wealth is a form of value, that you actually create, and that value is very hard to put a certain number to it. So when you look at how wealthy a person is, right? How wealthy a person is, it's not just a bank account that matters. It's basically, it also includes how much of careers you can create for other people, for example. How much is the difference you create in the community, right? How much power you build, because if you have money, as you could see clearly in this political battle, you could literally move entire countries on, right? So wealth itself, it's a huge thing, right? If you own a machine or a system that could literally produce a lot of value, right, for people, right? And value is a matter of perception, by the way. People feel good, right? People feel their life is different as a result of what you do. Then you are creating wealth, okay? Whereas money is finite. Okay? Money is finite. So when you look at this boils down to the question of destiny, wealth counter destiny, and whatever you're saying. So if the wealth palace counters yourself, right? Maybe you're not that great at creating value for other people, right? Now, if you're not great at creating value for other people, why don't you join the cause of other people, and then they could create value, then you can just work for them, right? Or work with them. We don't have to be the ones to invent the systems, We can always work in a system, fight for a cause, and that cause could be a big cause, right? So then you have bypassed the problem of your wealth counter, your destiny palace, okay? Because if you produce the wealth palace, then of course it's very easy. You are obviously creating a lot of value, right? Creating value is like you buy a piece of land, and on top of the land you created like, you know, a building, and the building collects rental, and it creates, you can rent it out, create a lot of value. You know, that land itself got no value, but it's the whatever you build on top that causes it to go up in value, right? Now it's just a piece of land. The land doesn't even know its own demarcation, right? So likewise with companies, right? Companies is a bunch of people sitting together, right? Coming up with an idea to serve, right? So that's how wealth is created, right? So if you can't create it yourself, then join the cause of other people. But if I were you, I would choose a bigger cause, right? By the way, choosing a bigger cause, it's equivalent to investing in shares, or you're investing in companies that you believe eventually could become valuable. Okay, same thing, ma, right or not? So you wealth counter you, so you cannot create yourself. You buy, right? You buy, or you invest, or you co-own. Since you can't create yourself, it's very normal. Okay, so no need to worry about this that it's not going to be good, or you want to mitigate it. You know, you don't mitigate it. You work with it, right? You work with it. Okay. What are the other questions here? Okay. The fastest way to achieve wealth, Yiling, you're asking this question again, is to create enormous value. Write this down. Stick it in your window or your mirror every day. You want to be wealthy, you got to create value. Now, if you don't understand this, try and understand it anyway, okay? That means, I don't know how to explain this to you in one short sentence. If you create something that people want, that's value. Or it makes people become better, it becomes value. If you cannot do this, you will never be rich. Doesn't matter what you know, okay? So it doesn't matter what it says in your chart. Some people find it hard. If it counters your palace like it is, you'll find it hard to understand how to create value. Well, if you're working for your boss and your boss likes what you're offering, you're creating value, right? If people find that what you do for them is making a difference and helping people out, you're creating value. Now, if you create value for one person, you create small wealth. You create value for 10 people, you create bigger wealth. If you create value that serves 100, 1,000, 1,000,000 people, you have great wealth. Simple, okay? So I know some people say it's easier said than done. Yeah, of course, everything is easier said than done. You look at what these politicians are talking about, you know it, right? But can it be done? The question is yes. Okay, can it be done? So the only way you can do more is that you become more, right? The only way that you can do more is to become more. So I would look at your chart or anyone's chart and find out what we could actually do more, right? Or how can we become more? How can we learn to serve more, right? You want to become an investor, also you must know how to invest, you know. Yeah? Investor is basically buying things that has value. That's what it means, right? You buy things that have no value, then you can lose your money. You buy something that has value, you're going to increase your value, increase your money, or increase your wealth. So that's what you're doing. And when we invest in our entire lives, even with kids, right? For example, right? You bring kids out, they shit in their pants, they create all these problems, they cry, they do all this stuff, and then you think, oh God, you know, why am I doing this? You know, think to yourself, it's an investment. It's an investment. Hopefully they grow up, don't become char-siu, right? So that's what you do. You're investing, right? Hopefully they become someone of value eventually, okay? So, you know, that's what it means, right? So in creating wealth is the same thing, right? You want to produce a company, or you want to work with investing in the skill so that you have the capacity to make a difference and add value. That's what it means by you know, creating wealth. Okay, so I hope now you understand, to really achieve wealth is really creating that value. Okay, so of course the next question, I can see Joy's question. So destiny counters wealth, or it doesn't matter, like counter what, difficult or what. Which part of creating wealth is easy? Right, you tell me. If you want to create value, some people find it's easy when you enjoy it. Let's put it this way, okay? It's easy if you enjoy it. It won't, if it's hard when you don't enjoy it, correct? So I would look at the same thing and ask myself, how do I make it enjoyable, right? I know countering is always difficult, but that's what the old, you know, books will say, well, counter means difficult, you know, produce me is the easiest, right? So produce me, if the wealth box produces me, that means I got it easy, like father gave it to me or somebody done it and just pass it on to me, I got it easy, right? So if you counter it well, it might be a bit challenging, but I will always look at what can make this interesting for me. Okay, how do I make it interesting? Well, to make it interesting is I must find enjoyment and fulfillment in what I do, correct? So what should I be doing? Then I will look at my Destiny Palace and see what do you think are my original stars or stems or the doors, so that I can find out what could be the story, what could be the skills, what could be the elements, okay? So then you find that out and try and learn the skills and meet people and get the right tools and whatever it is to actually become better at your own, rewriting your own path, okay? So when you enjoy what you do, your contribution becomes better, and that's when you start to enjoy. When you see results, you enjoy. Like when you see that your work actually matters to other people, then you enjoy it. So I think the old style of reading charts is very wrong. Oh, whatever must be easy, only is good one. Oh, produce me is easy, then I'll be rich without doing shit. Okay, that's the worst sort of thought. And I think that's the main reason why people are not rich, because they're trying to find an easy way. Yeah. So we want to become good. I think we should find something that we can create meaning, right, in what we do. Then I think you'll probably find enjoyment. Okay. So so as that Yun Hong is saying, create wealth through educating young children. I think you can do that. You can educate young children and all that. I think adults need education. A lot of us are not educated to do this. Yeah. Some of us may in some point in our life discovered that the way to actually creating wealth is not just about, you know, trying to make a dollar or so. It's more to creating value that what people want, right? And makes a difference in other people's lives. You see it actually helping out. And I think as a byproduct of that, you generally will become wealthy. Okay. All right. That's it for me today. Yeah. All right. So I want to pass this session back to Iverson. He's back from the bathroom now. He took a long shit. Okay. So, and he's going to have fun with you guys, and I look forward to seeing you next month. Yeah. Is it next month? Yes. Yeah. So on the 13th, we're gonna have our meetings, and we're gonna have even a better discussion. And I hope you guys will have more stories to share. Yeah. Talk about more stories. I want to see you guys actually using this. I want to see your opinion on things. You see what we learned today. It's about selection of useful God, and we have deviated from the traditional way, and it's okay, because in the club we're going to talk about things that what we learn and what our opinions is. Someone will disagree with me totally about this and say, no, you know, the incumbent should use Blue Earth to measure, because Blue Earth is the year pillar, whatever it is, right? So it's okay to discuss differences. Yeah, that's how we learn. So let's do that. In our next meeting, it's going to be exciting. Our club meeting on the 13th. So I'll see you guys then. Thank you so much.
Okay, hi everyone. Yeah, so thank you, Tato, for gracing this live event here. So as per promise, we're going to go through a Q&A session. So we have another good news for you. We also invited several QiMen Club members as well. So this is a time that since just now there's a lot of questions that appear on the dialog box. So we want to ensure that all your questions to get answered. So we're going to stop for like a 10 minutes break. And when we return, here we'll be together with another two QiMen Club members. So what you need to do right now, prepare all your questions, or if you have a certain QiMen chart question, you need clarification, get prepared, and then you just send to Rachel. We're going to put it on the screen. So we'll see all of you here in the next 10 minutes. Thank you. Okay, all right, welcome back. I think there's a lot of echo. Oh, let's mute. Yeah, give us a moment here. There are some look back. Okay, so can you guys hear us clearly now? As you can see from the screen right now, we have another two QiMen Cup member, yeah, appearing in our office here, and they are designed. The purpose of them today here is to help all of you here. They are just like how they have truly understood the process of learning QiMen, because they used to be beginner ones, and now they are really expert. Yeah, that's why we invited two of them here to help all of you here to addressing the questions, the burning question do you have, and how the process will work is you need to post your questions on the dialog box. So all of them, both of them, are able to answer your question. So let me just in case this is the first time you see this guy, yeah, let me just maybe each of you introduce yourself to the members.
Hi, I'm Raymond. I'm 47 years old. I joined the Bazi 10 times and then the QiMen. So I was an entrepreneur. I listed two companies on my own and I became a VC, an invest company. And now I'm director of a listed company. I use QiMen to handle complicated business situations when it comes to investment that had to deal with a lot of uncertainties. So yeah, we can have great sharing.
Okay, the next one is Carl. Yeah.
Hi guys, I am loving what I'm studying, and I'm also doing some QiMen and Bazi consulting nowadays part-time. All right, so it's been a very great journey, and it's a pleasure for me to be able to share what I can do.
All right, yeah.
With all of you. Yeah.
I appreciate both of you having us here. So right now, without wasting time further, just post all your questions there, and they can actually see your question live right now. So yes, there's a lot, right? Maybe you just click the full screen, so you can choose. Maybe we can just select one, and then you just mention the name, and then you read out the question. Yeah, so you're gonna pick.
Actually, what happens is we see very super duper questions coming from Yi-Ling. However, I think we may just have to leave those questions to our Tai Si-Hing Iverson. Are there any questions that you guys want to come up with? Because we are playing host and guest now, so we leave the technical questions for later. All right, so we do an actual host and guest situation.
Okay, so just select one questions, then you're gonna just pick one of the questions.
We don't see any questions yet.
Okay, you guys, if you have any question, it's a time for you to address it right now. So who want to speak? I think it will be a better interaction if we can speak to you live. So what you need to do is just on the dialog box, you just just let us know that you want to speak, then you can unmute your microphone.
Yeah. Yeah, can you change the chart to 11 o'clock chart?
Is there any question yet? Maybe we just answer some question first. Yeah, to keep the things going on.
Yeah.
Any question? I cannot see the question. We just select one question and then we read out loud.
Okay, for example, when traveling direction
Okay, just answer that. Let's just read out the question and then just answer that. Go on, they're screening all your questions.
Yes. Yeah. All right, guys. We have the 11 o'clock question chart now. So basically, we are up for the game of host and guest. So anybody got any questions? Trivial questions. Basically, we are playing we are going to host your questions. Non-technical questions, forecasting questions. June, I see your face there. Do you have any questions?
Okay, maybe we can start with this first. I think that this question is from Yiling, yeah. So actually, this is regarding to our earlier case study with the legal case. You mentioned that on the first question asking about how do we address noblemen, yeah, in the chart, because in the legal case sometimes we might need some people to help us, right? Then how do we actually locate the nobleman? Use the hour or day nobleman. This is her exact question. So any one of you want to address the hearing question? So this is related to the legal case earlier on that we posted and shared with everyone. And then now she want to know, how do we actually locate noblemen if we need to? Are they using the day or the hour?
Good question. Well, okay. I remember the chart. So I did the homework. So the nobleman, I look at it is the lawyer. Okay, happens so the lawyer actually produced the day master. So so I think that lawyer is the nobleman that will help, right, the defendant to win the case. So I'm looking at the box that is producing into the day master, which is at the north. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Raymond. Yeah, so yes.
Actually, I also want to ask a technical clarification question. Basically, how do we use the day nobleman and hour nobleman? Seriously, I never used that before.
All right, so I think this question also asked by several people, right? So this is a bit a technical question. Yeah, so how do we know is a day and hour? This is normally this concept revolve around destiny chart. Yeah, so because when we plot a destiny chart, yeah, we have to base on the day nobleman. Yeah, so if you want to plot a forecasting chart, we can plot, since you're using the hour, so the reference point will be based on the hour box for the nobleman. So these are the differences between two. So normally when we use nobleman, we are actually looking at the destiny chart. That's why you see all your printout of your chart. Let's say you are paying fire, for example, like just now. So the nobleman would be in the rooster. Right, so the rooster, so the west box is the ingredient inside. If you activate it, and then you can actually creating or certain activities that you can do that can attracting the nobleman coming in. And also a lot of people also asking about what does activation means, right? Yeah, because I keep mentioning the word activation. Yeah, activating something. I think Ratio also received a lot of questions related to that as well. So maybe we can address this right now. So the moment we mention activate means that we doing something related to that. Remember just now we're talking about value on the Destiny Palace. So how do we activate our Destiny Palace? Is we do those things that related to those attributes. Then this is considered activating. Because everything we see in the chart is considered dormant until we do something to activate it. Yeah. How do you know it's activated? When you do something related to that. For example, if your Destiny chart there's a existence star there, for example, right? So you can existence star beside education is also represent make things easier for other people. Yeah, so whatever you're doing, if you're doing sales, you make the buying stuff from you is very easy. Yeah, you solve everything for them convenient. So the moment that pay money, you take care of the rest. So that's what the existence star is also to talk about. So the moment you demonstrating this kind of attributes in your work, this is considered an activation already. Yeah. Okay. So next question.
Question now. Let's view the forecasting question.
Yeah. So now I think you can start with the forecasting question. So I think right now on the screen we already are displaying the hour chart. So by now I think Carl already received. Some of you already posted the forecasting question. So now Carl going to address your question. Yeah, maybe you can read out again the question.
Sure.
So
okay. I'm looking at the first question fielded by Yiling over here. What should I do to close 8-digit property deal for my client? Okay, Yiling, I think we need a bit more clarity in this question. Basically, are you handling this deal at the moment?
Can we just put her Yiling online so
yeah,
she can talk to you? It's easier.
Great.
Go on. All right, I disappear for a while.
Hi.
Yeah.
Hi, Yiling.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, just hang on there.
Hi, Carl.
Okay, yes,
Yeah,
Leon.
yeah, hi. Yeah, hi. Actually, in fact, I've got a deal that the buyer could not close, the buyer and myself could not close the deal with the seller. So I need to know what should I do to close the deal for my client, which is trying to buy a property of 8-digit property. Yeah.
Okay, sorry, Gilly, can you just repeat that question again? Yeah. Yeah.
What should I do to close a 8 property deal for my client? This is a property deal in respect of a commercial property in which my clients wanted to purchase from the seller. So I'm the actually agent involved.
Okay, to clarify,
What other infos do you need?
what you're trying to do is you want to help your customer buy the 8-digit property, right?
Yeah,
Okay,
correct.
let's look at, since
Correct.
you are the first asker, let's look at Wu Wu. Wu is the day and hour is the Wu also. Reference palace is east. Okay, so as you can see, we have elements of assistant, heaven, and delusion there. All right, if I were to interpret it, in this case of selling to the, helping your customer buy the thing, basically you probably need to somehow, as per Iverson said, make things easy for the transaction to happen. I don't know whether it can, because of the assistant staff. Any way that you can think or do to actually make the transaction easier to happen?
That's why actually the door clearly defines that I'm blocked. Don't know what to do. So because we have even approached for which without
Yes.
the agent around to let the seller and the buyer talk. Also, the seller has yet to come up to say that this is the price that finally we want and we want to transact.
So basically, the main problem now that you have would be you don't even have clarity. The seller doesn't have clarity in the person, is it?
The seller
Yes.
don't have tea, you mean? No, I'm not. I don't have the clarity. I do not know what to do. That's why I asked, what should I do so that I can close the deal?
Yeah. Basically, okay. Now let's because you're the middle person. So just now you mentioned that the seller also doesn't know what price to sell it at.
In fact, they actually know through the agent. They have already told us they wanted to sell at example this 8-digit figure, but because there's no nothing concrete from the seller say that yes, we willing to transact now. So we actually arranged for a meeting for the buyer and the seller to meet together without the agent. So without me involved, to let them open tables. Okay, tell me now how much you want, and we see the price, okay, and we transact. And yet the seller is not returning. Means to the agent he's telling 15, but to the buyer he say, oh yeah, he's giving a lot of excuse. Yeah, I'm finding a place to move and everything, but he does not come back even more than I think about a week already. More than I think
This is a very interesting case because I saw something.
What is the potential problem that?
The main thing is look at the North Palace right now because we're talking about property and it is live.
Okay.
And live door actually is supposed to produce you, however it is in DE. So he is explaining this situation pretty well. Okay.
Where's the question?
Okay, so basically in terms of, it could be a time frame issue where, I don't know, it could be a red day that it releases it out of DE. Because red month would be too far away. Or the other one that released from DE would be June, because that's opposite palace. So it means that this case that you're doing, you may not get any clarity until June.
I think the question is quite is a series of questions, right? I think this is pretty normal because when we do consulting with other people, right? So they throw questions like this, yeah. So I think it's a very good experience for all of us here to have all these questions, scenario coming up, right? So whenever we have this, of course, if we have much more time, we are happy to discuss all day long, especially in our next meeting. Since we have limited time here, then to summarize everything here, who's the one we are speaking to right now? Account, who is the one that we're speaking? Who is the asker?
Okay, so basically for Yiling's case, Yiling, I think you need to wait until June to have better clarity.
So if you have this type of question, maybe we just summarize everything here. Just ask Yiling, Yiling, if you don't mind asking that, what is your outcome? Yeah, why not you just share with us? Because I cannot hear you clearly from the mic. It's pretty soft here. What is the outcome? I cannot hear anything. Yeah.
Oh, there's no outcome. I'm stuck. That's why I asked what should I do to make
what you want.
I'll say that I have to wait. What I want. What I wanted was.
Okay, you want to close the deal. Okay.
The 8DG property deal.
Okay, all right. You want to close the deal on the property. What preventing you from doing so?
Because there's a presence of.
Sorry. The seller is not responding. Okay, so we're only addressing these 2 points. Yeah, you want to close the deal, but the seller is not responding. You want to know what actually is happening and what preventing you from getting there, right? So we're going to go through details later on, but in this case here, whenever we look at buyer and seller, right, we're looking at the day and the hour, right? The day represent the buyer and then the hour represent the seller, right? If you do forecasting. Yeah, because you keep mentioning the word buyer and seller at the same time. So in the chart, you notice that the buyer and the seller are actually in the same box. Yeah, they're doing everything together without you inside. That's all. So this means that if you are not doing something about this, because you see you is in the opposite side, it's in the west, and both of them are doing the secret deal by themselves alone. Yeah, because both of them are in the same box. Yeah, so I'm not sure whether this explains your situation because I cannot hear your conversation. Yeah, is it what happened?
Yes.
Right, that's why you see that the east box, that is the thing here, they're actually probably already closing the deal because the delusion door is there. Yeah, no one will know. All right, so in this case here, if you want to intervene this, yeah, you want to intervene, you want to prevent this since these are a union. A union can be weakened by 2 things, right? Either you are clashing in that sector or you're reducing the strength of those sectors. But in this case here, I would say that clashing in will be much better because there's already a union between the buyer and seller. So then the next solution will come from, since it's in the wood, right? So what actually clashing the wood? Yeah, there are 2, right? There are metal elements, so you can use either on the west or in the northwest. Yeah, so these are the ones. So your strategy are revolve around that. Okay, so now maybe we can try to interpret what is inside the west or the northwest. First of all, which one would be the better one?
Basically, wow. Okay, one is open door and the other one is rest door. Maybe you want to take over? Okay.
Well, I would say using the west, where you are sitting there, already have an open door, okay, and you have a stand gun together with also a hidden sink, which is also a metal. So I would say use this box to clash into the east. Now, the question is about what action you should do. Well, I guess you should go out there and really like
Yeah, correct.
proactively promote yourself because of the heart, right? Promote yourself to either one of them, whether the seller or the buyer, that you can add value to them to closing the deal rather than they work directly. Most likely, they're still going to be haggle around the price because it's an 8-digit thing. It's quite big. So you have to arbitrage.
So not any other.
And that will open up an opportunity for you.
Okay, so what is the strategy? Yeah, if she want to actually enhance the chances for securing this deal, what is the thing we can do? Yeah, so we're looking at two boxes here. Yeah, one is a west. So what's in the west there? There's a west, there's an open door, there's Keng and Sin, right? So what does this tell you? Yeah. What does it tell you? First of all, it's a very unique combination here. Let me guide you a little bit on this. You see there's a Keng, right? There's a Sin there, and then there is a heart, and then there's an open door, right? So what are all these four things have in common?
It's also metal. They are all metal.
Yeah, correct.
Metal is about talking.
Right, all is metal element, right?
But also metal.
Yeah, so don't you think the whole thing is about metal? Yeah, so that might give you some clue on what does the metal doing here.
Have to talk, is it?
More than talking.
Yeah, you have to fight.
Yeah, the moment you have too much metal together, this becomes a little bit, yes, yeah, it's a bit aggressive, right? So this is a way for you to do this is you need to, because all metal, we're going to chop wood, right? So you might, there are some, because heart and open door and Keng and Sin, all these metal elements represent something that is legal. Yeah, so maybe you can talk to this person and then talk from the legal perspective. Yeah, this is one of the way actually you can. There's certain legal loophole that it's not supposed to do so, but if you do this, they violate certain thing, or you can let them know the consequences of or the disadvantages of doing the rightly deal. Yeah, what are the consequences if something bad happen in the future in terms of legal wise? They are not protected in some way, So this is a part that you can advise or you can do about this. Yeah, okay. So I think and then the rest you can study the northwest box as well. But for me, I think the first box will be more powerful because they are all pure metal element and in the west box. Yeah, this is the best way to do it. So pretending to be nice is no longer working in this scenario already. Yeah. So this is one of the way to approaching this problem. Okay. All right. So let's move on to the next one. So it might not be forecasting question. Yeah, it could be any other question as well.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Elaine.
Welcome. You're welcome. We are glad to help here. So next question, please. Okay, so come. Yeah, you can answer.
I'll read the question. You host this. All right. We have a question from Alan. Alan says, I have a residential property that have been vacant since December 17. Have engaged 2 agents to look for tenants. Viewings were done, but no concrete interest. What can I do to rent it out?
Okay, can we speak with this member? Who is the name? This asker?
Alan.
Alan.
Can I know which year he is?
He's
red. Hold on. We're gonna unmute his microphone right now. So, hi, Alan.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon.
Hi. Good afternoon. Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I just okay. Yes. I just want to quickly rent it out. The price is the rental price has been quite fixed.
Alan, can you
what
repeat
can I
the
do?
whole question again? Yeah, so just to get everyone understand your question, can you repeat your question again? So this will
Okay.
help us to answer you better. Yes.
Basically, I have a property. It's a residential property facing east, and the previous tenant moved out in December 2017. And since then, it has not been rented out. I'm keen to rent it out soon. So what can I do? And if I rent it out, what price do I rent it out at? That's all.
Okay. All right. So Raymond.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yes, we can. Yes, no problem.
Hi, Alan. So I was told that you are run, your year of
Yes, hi.
run. So you're at North with a DE, but even though you have a live door, but you have a DE.
Yes.
All right, so that is pretty vague for your situation, for your wish. Well, if we want to look at when this DE is going to be filled up, it's going to be in the June, right? Yeah, June. So probably you have to wait for 2 more months. We are still doing whatever now, but to fast track, let me see. What is producing to?
Maybe you just explain to everyone the way you're reading it, so everyone can follow it
Sure.
better.
Yeah, just in case for those
Which
who are
box are you
newer.
looking at?
Well, I was looking at the North, now where Alan, his year of birth is Ren, right? So it's at North, right? Water. But over there, you can tell that next to it, there's the DE. So that's why he himself, when it comes to the live door with the DE, it's basically it's have been nullified. Okay. So we are looking at when will this DE be filled up? Okay. So that will be at the opposite side, south, right? The nearest time for it to be filled up is going to be June. Okay. If we wait a bit further, if it meets June, then it's going to be in December. Yeah.
Okay. Alan?
Should I change agent?
Okay,
Should I change agent or this current agent is okay?
Okay, hold on. Alan, I think Alan has a question to ask. Yeah. Alan, yes, you can speak now.
Maybe I answer it.
Yeah, you answer.
No, Alan got a question.
Should I change agent?
Okay, I suddenly thought of a
So I
QiMen
think
magic.
let Alan finish first. Yeah, because Alan try to tell us something. You change an agent, okay?
Yep. No, basically, he's asking
your question should.
I mean, is the current agent good enough, or should I?
Okay, come.
Okay, Alan, can you check whether his buzzer has red? Because if the agent's buzzer have red,
okay.
DE. If not, you find
okay, I see.
buzzer.
So, sorry, I didn't catch you. So,
No problem, no problem.
Okay.
Okay, basically.
Okay, thank you.
You got it?
I think he got it. Okay, all right. Yeah. So Alan, are you happy with your with the answer? If then we close the case, we move on to the other one. Okay, we consider.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
Welcome.
Thank you. Welcome.
Okay, so let's move on to the other questions.
There's question from June. Okay, June's question again is, I want to hire new employers to train them to manage my education in future. Part of my exit plan. June, you've asked this before, so that I can do for my life purpose things. Would I be successful to hire them, and where should I look for them? June, what is your year stem? Can you go online?
Oh, yeah.
Hi, June.
Yeah, hi. Hello.
Hi,
Yes.
Headmaster.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes, clearly.
Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yes, we hear you, June.
Yeah, I'm born, yeah, Ting, 1967.
Okay, Ting, Okay.
Yeah.
Ting is in the northwest pillar. Okay, which we have grass, we have hook, and we have rest door. All right, and you are asking how you can hire new staff. Okay, hiring new staff.
Hi.
Yeah, I can.
Just hang on, June.
Can it be also assistant?
Yes, you're right. Okay, assistant. Okay, if we talk about new staff, we will use assistant as the useful god. And in this case, you have a countering out relation with the assistant on the east because you are northwest. So it means that you can do it, but you need to actually put a lot of effort into it. Okay, let's look at the components there. The first one is heaven. Heaven could be some people from far away, you know. And if it's in the east direction, you may want to consider looking for Filipino teachers. Because I do see kindergartens hiring Filipino teachers, so it could be something that you may consider. What do you think, June?
At this moment, any option is also, I have to work it out because training someone to take over, to manage, probably will take about minimum 3 to 5 years.
Right.
Yeah. And just want to add on, this interesting enough, right? This seems to be a continuation of your previous, when you do a previous consult, during our meetup. You see at the south, right? South is fire producing you. No, it's not producing you. South is fire, right? Countering you. Initially, I was looking at the snake, whether it can help you to sleep, but it's apparently you also dead dog. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, June. I think
What is the option?
good. Let's look at the options that you have. You already made a decision. You basically have to choose some people and train them up. That's where the hard work is going to be. Okay, because assistant delusion, basically, you need to help teach and train this successor to your business.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
one last thing is, of course, at the West, you have a partnership with the Heart and also Open Door. And Kern, these are same element as you are. So I don't know when it comes to JV with outsider, another looking for network partners that help you to create such opportunities. Yeah, June.
Okay, June. So I think that already provides some analysis for you. So that if you notice that they are focusing on your own Destiny Palace and also the existing star box in the east, right? So your own Destiny Palace right now is in the thing. I just want to add up a little more things for you here. So June, you are in the northwest sector right now, right? You are Ting Fire. So in the northwest. And the moment, every time whenever you mention the word, just like I mentioned, I noticed you mentioned the word help. The moment you mention the word help means that you need help from people, they're normal people. So the good thing is you're with the rest door. The rest door, the meaning is also they are actually helpful people that you already nearby you, that you haven't tapped into yet. Yeah, so you need to pay attention because the rest door is in you means that you already get that person that you can train it up or you can introduce to you to the right person. You already have it. So what you need to do, you need to pay attention to your surrounding. And since it's a Northwest, very likely it's a guy above 45 years old. Yeah, and hold certain position, either it's a CEO or high managerial position that can look into. The help is within you. Yeah, so if you want to further filter it out, it could be either born in the year of end with number 7 or end with 0. Yeah, this is one of the way we can read the chart. Yeah, every time you see with the rest door, you don't worry. Yeah, the help is already available. Yeah, those you just need to look around within you. Okay, so I thanks both of the guests today. Yeah, it take them courage actually to do a live reading, right? In a forecasting session just like this. And then both of them are stressed. You get used to it, yeah. So you're gonna see most two of them more in the QiMen club, yeah. You're gonna ask them a lot of questions, yeah. And you discover that the way they read the chart is very interesting because you read about each of the attributes of the character. You just see, yeah. What you need to learn here is how they derive to those reading. Yeah, it's very interesting. For example, what is the thing that we learned just now? Existence star is something that we don't look for help or something. Existence star is a palace to look for, right? That palace is the help palace. Yeah, is one thing, right? So there are several key, and we also mentioned that just now, buyer, if we're talking about buyer and seller, the buyer is a day, the seller is an hour, right? So this is also one thing. And the moment they are in the same box means what?
They're already talking. Direct view.
And that's a delusion door, right? That's already hiding. So this kind of thing that we keep learning that we didn't learn in the class, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I thanks Carl and Raymond, yeah, to spend your precious time in Sunday with us. Yeah, you can be anywhere, you can spend time with family, but you chose to be here today to share your knowledge with every one of us here. So feeling grateful for that. All right, thank you, Carl.
Thank you. Thank you for the
Raymond.
opportunity.
Yeah, thank you, Raymond. Okay, so well, without further ado, I think we will leave us to the last session here today. We're going to talk about Warcraft, right? So this is a thing that I promised all of you here yesterday. And now, if I didn't talk about this, then I don't think you would like to go, right? Because I promised Warcraft. The name itself is already very, very interesting. So it's a Warcraft actually is whenever we're in a war position. Yeah, we're talking about war. This is what originally the whole QiMen are designed for, you know. QiMen are designed to win war. Yeah, this is very, very important. Yeah, maybe we can just never mind. The screen, can we just share QiMen chart? Can we just remove from the share screen? Yeah, so it's easier for them. So QiMen, original purpose of QiMen is to win war. And then later on, we're going to use this. We're going to tweak the whole system to for us to do achieve certain aspect in our life. For example, like career, in our relationship, because all of this is still considered a war, right? It's something we need to win. Yeah, it's all the battles that we had within us. For example, like you want to win a new job in a company. It's a war because you have other competitors fighting for you for the same job, right? So then why these Warcraft are different? It's because Warcraft are still talking about winning, yeah, but it's talking about something important, yeah, something truly important. Because if you think about this, when we plot a forecasting chart, like everyone just now, we ask questions, right? We are asking about how do we win battles. Yeah, there's a lot of battle that we need to win in our life. Yeah, of course, yeah, battle with our career, battle with money, battle with relationship, and also a battle with fat as well, right? If you want to losing weight, basically you're declaring a war with fat cells in your body. So there are a lot of things that are happening. And my question to you is, do you really need to win all the battles or not? Yeah, this is the first question we need to clarify, you know. Because every time we plot a forecasting chart, we want to win something, right? But in the end, is the battle worth fighting for or not? Yeah, because if you try to win all the battles in your life, you will get tired, right? Agree? Right? So the key in using QiMen is not to win all the battles in life. All we need is to win the battle that matters. Yeah, in layman term, this is called priority setting. Yeah, this is what we don't want to lose. We don't want to win the battle. Only we know later on we losing the war. You get what I mean, right? So this is a strategy part, is a higher level thinking that sometimes we need to lose to win one, I do agree. For example, like if you are a soccer fan or whatever sport tournament, sometimes in order to reach to a final, there are certain groups for them to compete before they can go to quarter-final, semi-final, and final, right? Sometimes during the group tournament, right? Sometimes they need to lose the game so they can avoid the stronger opponent. They would prefer to beat the strongest opponent during the final, right? Not during the semi-final or whatever, so right. So sometimes they deliberately lose. Yeah, how about that? Yeah, think about this, right? So you are losing the battle, but in the end, you position yourself in a better position. You have to win the war. Yeah, this is what the Warcraft is all about. Yeah, so the moment we can able to see this in this perspective, then we have a better picture of what is going on. Now, if not, we always keep thinking, yeah, getting the right company is able to solve all my problems. Maybe that one is a problem by entering that new company. Yeah, so we need to look at the bigger scale. So we are looking at the war. So whenever we look at the war itself, not the series of battle inside, because in the end, doesn't matter how many battle we won. In the end, the end result, the war is the one that is the most matter to us. So this is how Warcraft see the chart. So basically, we're still using the forecasting chart, but our perspective of seeing the chart will be another level. It's a more broader view. Yeah. So when we're going to use this technique here is for example, like if you want to change a company, you don't need to use Warcraft, right? Because it's just A and B. It's just a series of battle inside. But if you want to use Warcraft when you want to attack or eliminate something. Let me get an example here. And for example, like you want to, if you're a business owner, you want to killing off the competition, then you can use the Warcraft, right? Because you're on attack mode, right? Or if in a lawsuit, right, you want to you want to attack, then that's the part you can use the Warcraft. Or maybe you want to get rid of your enemy, yeah, or you want to get rid of third party in a relationship. Don't you think it's noteworthy for you to use something like Warcraft? If you want to declare war, yeah, it doesn't matter who win in the process, but in the end, I want to get this person. Yeah, so this is what we're talking is Warcraft is all about. So how do we do this? Yeah, we still use the forecasting chart, and then in battle, yeah, there are whenever we use a forecasting chart we want to win, right? No matter what we want to win, and to win the war, there are three types of winning. One is win-win winning. Yeah, we mean that a lot of people talking about win-win situation, right? So everything is winning. And then the second one is win-lose. So do you prefer win-win or win-lose? Yeah, win-win, right? This is what all the management book talking about, right? You want to win. Yeah, but even though we say something like that, even the best deal in the world, there's always one side get the better benefit, right? Although that person might make the other person appear that they get all the benefit, but in the end, there are no truly win-win situation here. For example, you're married and discover that your husband got another person outside. Do you want a win-win situation or you want a win-lose situation? Yeah, so you want the husband want win-win, of course. But if you are the wife, then what do you want? Right? Do you say that it's good to share, sharing is caring? No. Yeah, you want to kill off the competitor, right? So this is a case that most of the time, yeah, Warcraft is not pretty. It's about getting rid of someone. Yeah, not physically, but maybe through strategy, yeah, to get this person out of the life. So this is when we deploy Warcraft. So in order to do this, today is not a class, so I will give you a concept of what a Warcraft is all about. So Warcraft is, whenever you look at the chart, since we are looking at the bigger picture, so there are two main key components that we are using. Yeah, so some of you learn Warcraft, you know what I'm talking about. In the end, they are only battle of two things. The battle of the Jat and the Kem. Now, because in the end, there's a lot of noises within the chart, but in the end, there's always a good guy and always a bad guy, right? So who will win the game depend on how you actually use these two elements very whether well or not. For example, if you're playing the game of chess, there are only two sides, right? Either the white color or the black color. Yeah, so the same thing happened in QiMen to Jia. One side is the chief, and then one side is the king. right? So then you just from the chart, you just need to know which side are stronger. It tells you which one are winning or what is the strategy to counter the other one. Yeah, but in the chart, there's a lot of things, right? Those are mini battles. But in the end, the war is described by the jia and the geng. Yeah, so every time you plot a chart, you know who will win or how to attack. First of all, you need to identify who you are. Are you the chief? Are you the good person or are you the bad person? Yeah, but normally most of the time we always consider ourselves as a good person, right? Yeah, no one else want to recognize, want to admit that they are the bad guy in any situation. So that part that you need to look at it objectively. For example, like if you want to enter the market of smartphone, yeah, but there are already pre-existing player inside there. So the moment you enter the market, you are not the chief, you are the king. Yeah, because there are already existing player there. To you, maybe you think you are chief. Yeah, so this is a part that in Warcraft, we do consider these two main players inside. So the whole game, how we read the chart is how do we help each other? If you are the job, you're going to use all the strategy to help support the job and also all the strategy that counter the king. Yeah, so don't you think it make the whole thing look clearer now? So this is Warcraft. But the interesting thing about Warcraft is since if we want to win the war, we require strategies. Yeah, it require a lot of strategy. And in QiMen, some of you might ask, what is how does Warcraft different? Because Warcraft, we're able to link. Yeah, we're able to link the hexagram that within the forecasting chart with 36 stratagems. Yeah, 36 stratagems is the art of war. There are 36 techniques of war that you can deploy to win certain situations. These are in some of you read some Chinese history before, especially the art of war. Yeah, you heard about this. It's called 36 stratagems. You can search online. Yeah, anywhere, even there's a lot of free material. You look at it. There are 36 strategy that are involved. What if you can link QiMen with this strategy? Yeah, this is the whole Warcraft is all about. So the moment you know you're asking a question what to do, what if the QiMen can tell you, why not you use this strategy among the 36? Yeah, this part, don't you think will be more helpful rather than all of us here figure out what counter in, counter out, yeah, what is the element? Yeah, this Warcraft eliminating that process, but give you the direct strategy how to do something. Yeah, so this is the power of the Warcraft. So how do we do this is, if you notice forecasting charts, yeah, Rachel, can you show me a sample of forecasting chart now on the screen, any chart you do? Yeah, any forecasting chart. Some of you already have some forecasting chart. You notice that each of the boxes, they have a hexagram. Yeah, there's a lot of hexagram, right? Inside. So there are total of 8. Okay, so now you look at the chart that we shared on the screen right now. Take a peek at the forecasting chart. You see that each of the boxes, there is a hexagram that come with it. Yeah, so the hexagram is the 6 lines, and then there's a name to it. Yeah. So all of this hexagram, not all of them, but around 30 plus of the hexagram actually related to certain strategy. Yeah, so the moment, let's say, let's just get an example here. Let's say you discover that your strategy is here. Yeah, let's say in the South Palace. Just for educational purposes, if you discover your strategy is in the South, then if you want to ask what strategy you can deploy in the South, one way we can look in the snake, rain, and death door, right? You cannot hear me. Okay, since when I'm losing you? Now, can you hear me now? Now you cannot hear. No sound at all. Can you repeat? Now, can you hear me now? Now you can now. Okay, all right. So, okay, I'll go through one more time again. Yeah, so let's say you discovered that your strategy are in the south box. Yeah, just for example here. So if you want to execute the strategy in the south box, one of the way is we study what is the snake's mean, what is the green star, what is the death star mean. I think there's an echo on the side. I hear interrupting echo. Okay, so we'll do that. But in Warcraft, there are additional way you can see the chart. You can actually tell you what strategy you can use in the hexagram based on the hexagram alone. Yeah, so let's look in the south box right now. What is the hexagram there? You able to see what's the hexagram? Can you just type it out? Just to ensure that you know what I'm telling you. Hello, please participate. 6 broken line, okay. Yes, correct, that's the one. Yeah, do you notice each hexagram come with a name? Do you see the word earth there? Yes, correct. Yeah, this is a pure Kun Gua, yeah. So this hexagram are related to one of the 36 stratagem. Yeah, so now I'm going to tell you what is this strategy is. Let's say you want to execute something in the south. Here, the hexagram say every time you see a earth hexagram, it says that the strategy is to catch the bandits, first capture the leader. 擒賊先擒王. Yeah, which means that if you want to kill off your enemy, yeah, no point wasting your time, yeah, dealing with their subordinates. Yeah, attack the leader. Yeah, or talk to the leader. This is what it means. Yeah, don't you think this simplify the whole thing already? Yeah, so every time you see a Kun Gua like earth and on top and the earth bottom, like the earth hexagram here, yeah, you already knew that this is belong to one of the 36 stratagem called. The name is called to catch the bandits, first capture the leader. 擒賊先擒王. Yeah, so that one is in Cantonese. So this is stratagems 18. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, so this represent that you need to talk to the person that matters. The leader can solve the problem. You cannot talk to the manager, even their senior manager cannot solve the problem. Talk to the king. Yeah, talk to the CEO, talk to the leader. Then you can solve your problem. And this is how we use Warcraft to do it. Yeah, because this also it could mean also do the thing that matter. Yeah, the moment you get this hexagram means that your priority is not right. It's time to know which is the right point to attack. Yeah. So this, if you want to expand the meaning of this hexagram here, this could mean the difference between important and urgent, right? Most of the time we respond to urgent thing. We don't do the thing that's important. Urgent is what? Yeah, like playing Facebook, right? Or eating nice food, but something that might not be important in long run. But how about something that is not urgent but is important, like taking care of your health? Now, even if you take care of your health today, doesn't mean tomorrow will be very healthy, right? But you're still doing it because it is important. It's not urgent. Most of the time, people will treat their health urgently when they get sick, right? Normally, when they're healthy, they do nothing about their health, right? Most of the people. So the moment you get this hexagram, ask you to focus on what is important. It's not what is urgent or not what is easy. Yeah, by just looking at the hexagram. Yeah, so it also indicates that if you want to attack the vital point. Yeah, the weakness spot. Yeah, if you want to attack a guy, you know which spot to attack, right? So these are the what is the hexagram means to you. Yeah, so this is the also if you're going to hire someone and you get this hexagram. Yeah, let's say someone just now asked about how do I hire someone or the strategy to hire someone. If you get this hexagram, what type of strategy of hiring you should employ? Yeah, think. Yeah, this is very interesting because Warcraft also stimulate our intellectual thinking process as well. Yeah, it's also, since it's about to capture the bandits, first capture the leader, which means that you only hire the best. Yeah, hire the best person. No point hiring someone that mediocre or someone is cheap but is cannot perform. And this one asks you to, you might spend more money, but hire the best people, buy the best technology. Yeah, this is what this hexagram means to you. Yeah, don't you think this is interesting? Yeah, this is only one of the hexagram one, you know. Yeah, so this is how I hope that I give you a broad concept of what a Warcraft means. Yeah, and this will be a very interesting one. Yeah, so and let me share with you one of my personal story about using Warcraft. Yeah, so this is the one. That time this my friend he's not a very close friend, but he's feel very frustrated with his work because he's working in a software company serving the bank. Yeah, so this company writing a lot of software for the bank, and he's not happy with his work because his reporting manager is very lousy. Yeah, keep scolding him everything, and then he asked me, Iverson, yeah, what type of strategy I can use to eliminate my boss? Yeah, this is the exact question he asked me. So if you were me, is it considered Warcraft thing? Yeah, is it a kind of attack scenario or getting someone out of a place, right? So that time, then okay, I say why not? Right? Because that time I do a lot of research. That time a lot about Warcraft. Then I plotted a chart. That time is the hexagram that I got is influence hexagram. Yeah, influence. Influence hexagram is the moment the box, there's a pillar and then there's a live door, this will automatically create into influence hexagram. So influence hexagram do related to one of the 36 stratagem. Yeah, it has a relation. So influence hexagram, whenever we relate to the stratagems reads like this: turning the guest to the host. Yeah, turning the guest into host. 反客為主. Yeah, so basically this is turning the guest, they switch position. So once I got the reading of this, then I tell my friend, I say, hey, why not you do something like this? Since you're working for a company that's serving the bank, right? So why not you apply the job in the bank? Then he say, why do you do so? I say, because the QiMen chart tell you so. Because turning guests into hosts, right? So then he asked me, which bank I should apply for? I say, it's the bank that now your company are serving to. Then that's the exact bank he's going to apply, and then he get the job. And long story short, guess what happened? Since now my friend is already working in the bank, so who is going to serve the bank? Is his ex-manager that hate him so much. Now he had no choice. The ex-manager had no choice but to bow to him, because now my friend is client, is not his staff anymore. Yeah, so this is one of the example. You can actually switch, the turning the guest into the host. And this only happened if I knew that this strategy. Okay, if I didn't knew about Warcraft, I would advise him to do other things. But Warcraft is very simple. Yeah, the word here is turning the guest into host. 反客為主. Yeah, you shift the position like this. Okay. Yeah, so I hope that gives you some glimpse about Warcraft and how interesting it is. And if we have time, we're going to discuss more on this in our next meeting. Our next QiMen Club meeting will be on 13 and 14. Right? So, and there are a lot. There are 36. Some of them are like beauty trap. 美人計, there are a beauty trap that you're using beauty to seduce. There are a lot of interesting strategy like this. Because in QiMen, it's the art of war. Yeah, it's about winning at all costs. Yeah, so whether you do it or not depends on your moral compass. That QiMen do provide strategy. Yeah, okay. All right. So I hope you guys enjoy all this our session here with me, with Dato, Joey, and with Carl, with June, with Raymond. So for the last 2 days, and we truly enjoy it, and I hope that you don't let this stop here. Continue practicing QiMen and gather all your success story and the failure one as well. Then we're going to discuss all of this in our next QiMen Club meeting. That one will be the live meeting. Yeah, so block your calendar and make sure you're going to attend that. Yeah, because it will be life changing for every one of you here. So thank you and have a nice weekend, everyone. Yeah, thank you. See you again.